I'm starting to realize that music doesn't come through on the other end when you hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we gotta either put it closer or have it like thrown in. I don't know.
Let's go down some 80s music and just.
And we're back.
Express ourselves.
And we're back. I'm just kidding, dog. Welcome to This, That, and the Other. Your daily dose of this, that, and the other. Right directly.
Hey, happy to be here.
My name's Bryan. Oh, he's on his game today, bro. What up? Hey.
Is Samuel like sound effects guy?
Eye to eye at this fucking table. His game stepped up. I don't know what's up. My name's Bryan. As always, that's Sam.
What up,
feeling
what up?
better.
Hello. Yeah,
Sounding
I'm feeling
better.
a lot better. I was really sick last time.
Everybody, obviously, thank you for listening to us. If this is how you found us, either through the Explorer, the iTunes, or the Spotify, or however you did it, welcome. This is episode what?
Yeah, because we're
9?
now on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on this bitch now. We're waiting for
yeah.
iTunes to come back to us about it. But thank you guys for finding us. This is a show about everything and anything in between. We like to bring people on that we know. We like to talk about ourselves. We're pretty much just we're pretty much just the way my description. Oh, okay. So real quick, we have a special guest with us today. 3-time Academy Award winner, Alfonso Cuarón, the guy who just did Rome.
I'm halfway. That's halfway accurate.
No, I'm just kidding. Today we have a wonderful guest. He's an amazing writer. We've worked on him with a couple of projects beforehand. The Shore, The Room, The Happening. That was just a porno that he did.
Yeah.
But he's a writer. He's an actor. He's a bit of a comedian. And he's one of our first friends, our dearest friends that we met when we came out here. Alfonso.
Hey.
Happy
to be here.
Welcome. How you doing?
Sammy, Bryan, happy to be here, guys. It's excessive, but
So, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
What's up, boy?
Hey,
What's up, dog?
Dude, I
up?
haven't seen you in so
Look
long.
at your face.
Very
bro.
long time.
For everybody
How
who's
long?
listening to us and isn't watching us on YouTube, which you should be because you're an idiot, we got sick shit going on here.
Yeah.
This guy has a real. You look like Che Guevara, or no, not Che. You look like early Fidel.
No,
like when Fidel first had that white cow. That was his magical cow.
You know why you should get into acting? Because you'd play that part of any part. You'd be like the Arabian dude. You'd be like that.
I get that all the time.
I like that because the mustache curls up, so
Yep.
you can actually put a fucking.
Yeah, you could be Italian. You could be a Southern Italian.
Cuban?
You could be.
I love being confused for anything but Mexican.
You-
Which is, I mean, I'm proud to be Mexican, but
okay, so I mean, do you identify as anything else? Just Mexican?
Are you a man, a woman? What do you identify as?
I identify as I was born here in America, but my family's from Mexico, so I identify both as Mexican
American.
Mexican
I
American.
feel you, dog.
But in LA, as I'm sure you know, there's like hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of Mexicans. So I like being confused when they think I'm something else.
Right.
I love it. I love being confused for anything else.
Just doing a quick sound check.
Quick checkaroo.
Quick check-a-rooney. Well, that's awesome, my guy. We're going to get into it. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with the format
Yes, sir.
of our show. First, we do, a lot of chicken
Yes, sir.
dance.
You got tons of fans, bro.
It's like the first time that we did it with Keith, and Keith was really like, yeah, absolutely, because, yeah. So it takes usually like the first 10, 15 minutes for the guest to get a little warmed up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you'll get there. We'll go it off.
We'll see.
So right off the bat, I want to start off. How was your week, man? How was
My
the
week?
past, like he said, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, dog?
Dude, no, you've seen him more than I've seen him.
We saw each other. You actually seen my apartment in Los Feliz, which is where I moved
Yes.
after we were all living together in that house back
Yeah.
down
So
in
wait,
Mid-City.
let's get some context.
Yeah, let's get some context going.
Yeah, so when
Go for it.
me and Bryan moved to California, we happened to move into this building where you were next door
Yes.
with
Koreatown.
In,
in
K-Town.
K-Town area.
right off the 10, and it was a good time, man.
I remember seeing you first because you went to your car.
Yeah.
You were coming back or something. I knew that someone had moved in next door, and it turned out to be you and Bryan. I was
Yeah.
living there with Chris and Andrew Pena. So it was 3 guys there, and then 2 guys right next door.
Yeah.
And I feel like we immediately bonded over
Yeah,
the
because
fact
we were
that
all into the same shit,
Exactly.
like art, fucking film, and all that.
writing, producing,
Yeah.
we just wanted to get shit done, and so
Yeah.
we just kind of bonded over that.
Yeah.
I remember
so
just
that was
instantly
really cool.
hitting it off with you guys.
Then you got that beard going.
And then
And then the Fire Nation attack.
Yeah, because before, what was it? It was just a goatee, huh? Like
it was just a
tight
mustache.
it was just like a mustache. I just keep it light, whatever.
Mustache, you know what I mean?
But then we started doing stuff. We started hanging out. We started filming things. Started writing stuff together, which was I love fucking because I had that instant coffee bullshit, and then you'd open the door, I'd be like, "Dude, can I get some of that French press?"
Yeah.
and then you guys had the balcony. Someone was like, "Can I go smoke a cigarette on your balcony?"
Yeah. You
But-
never said no to coffee. You could have had a cup of coffee in your hand. You're like, yeah. You just like toss that shit out.
No,
Like,
for
all
reals,
right.
man. Because after a while, man, that Keurig shit was just ugh.
Yeah.
And you had that vanilla Don Juan.
It was the Don Francisco
Don
vanilla
Francisco,
nut.
yeah.
yeah.
That shit was
Don
good.
Francisco's nut is just
Top notch.
Dude, I love his
Comes
nut.
in vanilla.
That man's vanilla
Cafe de
nut.
Luce.
But that was an interesting time for me because like just moving to a new place and then just getting into film right away and all this stuff was happening. It was all new. It was a good time. And you were mostly at that time, and you were writing scripts and stuff too, but you write more like I like it. I like what you write. It's like a little more feely stuff.
I'm definitely more feely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more for the romantics, more for the dramatics. I definitely have more.
Which was cool when we
Yeah.
were writing because
Hey, when Love Actually gets a reboot, guess who they're gonna go?
Hey, true. When they order that that episode treatment for Netflix. Of
Yeah,
Love Actually.
exactly, yeah,
The
correct.
Spanish version of Love Actually.
Yeah.
Amor.
Amor.
I was going to say amor actual.
Actual,
But
yeah.
you fucked up Spanglish.
but no, it complimented. I liked because I didn't have that. I have a hard time to pull that feeling stuff out. So when we were writing, you'd be like, "Well, I mean," and you'd throw that feeling in, and I'd be like, "No, man, it's got to be." And then you're like, "No, it's not."
Right.
It was really good.
And then you'd be like, yeah, let's also pull it back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It'd be
yeah.
like, it was a good blend. It was a
Yeah.
good balance. Yeah,
Good
for sure.
times.
Great
Good
times.
stuff.
And then we
Okay.
moved. We all kind of separated, and
But a lot of stuff happened before you moved. It was like it was so much fun.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much fun.
But how's it been since last
the
time
move?
we've seen you? How's your weekly update or your monthly update?
It's good. I mean, a lot of the same old. I mean, I'm working out in the West Side.
Yeah,
For sure.
So that's going really well. But as far as creative stuff goes, like I'm still writing. I've gotten a lot into film photography, which kind of started up when I was still in the Koreatown apartment with you
Plug
guys.
that Instagram too that you got.
Dude,
going
oh yeah,
on.
we got Air in analog. That's Air as in someone who inherits something. HEIR _in_analog. So
Air underscore analog.
Air
Hey,
analog.
real nice. And I seen the pictures on there myself, man. This if I weren't a struggling, starving actor, I'd buy prints and have all that shit.
I'm working closely with this because I started framing some of my prints.
Yeah.
And so this store, which is also in Koreatown, that frames pictures. He's like, you know what? We're exhibiting kind of like local artists in the area. He's like, I'd love to start exhibiting your work.
There you go.
So coming soon, a little Korea store near you.
Fuck
Some
yeah,
photographs. We'll
Like
see.
a little bodega.
It's gonna be like a little bodega. Yeah, it's gonna be like a
bruh.
little showcase.
And
Yeah.
have a little crayon writing of $50.
And I'm just
for-
gonna like put a paint on my hand. I'm just gonna.
Oh, I meant for the price tag.
For the price tag,
Like,
yeah,
the price
yeah,
tag would be like $50.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Name it something really.
He's like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
250.
well, I don't know. What are they gonna? I mean, whatever. That's money's money.
We'll
you know,
see.
I mean, who cares? Even if it was for $1, you'd at least have your shit up there.
It's
selling
really more
for
about
$1.
showcasing my work. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way.
you know,
That's the way
that's
I'm
the most
looking at
important part.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Well, that's dope, man. But what? How's the old lady? How's the place?
the old lady, she's doing good. We're doing very very
Mad
good.
shout outs to old lady.
Yeah,
Old lady.
to all the old ladies.
To all the old ladies.
To all the old ladies out there. Keep your head up.
But she's chilling. You guys like the new place?
We love the new place.
Had the pleasure of checking it out.
Yeah, you had the pleasure of checking it
It
out.
smelled great.
It's a really cool
Paint
spot. We
tasted nice.
really love it. It was a trip, just kind of moving in. It happened so fast. We furnished it so fast and kind of just like started living there. And she loves hosting and entertaining, so it's like she's always in like, oh, we're gonna just everyone's gonna pregame at our place and we're just gonna have some few drinks. And
Oh, that's nice.
I love that, so we can
Hell
kind
yeah.
of host people and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's a crime that we haven't done this sooner. Then
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, dog?
you guys are
That's-
so close, actually.
We're so close.
Yeah.
I've been saying it
Are
for
we?
a minute.
Yeah.
We are?
We're very. You guys are
mad
very close.
I'd be telling you
Just
that.
past Universal Studios, and you're pretty much there.
Yeah, literally.
But I'm
D.
always working every time everyone's having fun. I'm all working on Fridays and Saturdays.
That's true. I need to go visit you because I want to get tatted up.
Yeah, dude. fucking
tats
For sure.
Tats
Bye.
on tats. Yeah, boy. But no kids, nothing wild.
No kids, just a lot of practicing.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we had a cue for that.
That's
one.
sexual
we got
intercourse for the
bang.
layman. Yeah.
Happy go lucky.
Nice. Sick, bro. Well, I'm sure we're gonna dig into it. You know what I mean? But but just wanted to get sort of a, the top of it before we dig into the fat. You know what I'm saying? The beard is really what throws me off.
So this actually started because of what's that in November, the No Shave November.
No Shave November.
Yeah, like support for testicular cancer or something like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just grew it out with my friend, and then we had a bet. We're just like, let's shake on it. Let's not shave it till the new year, right? So we're just like, well, fuck it. That's just one more month. So we did that, and by that time it started really coming in.
Yeah.
And speaking of the old lady, she loves it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like now it's gone to the point where she's like, if you shave it, I will leave you.
Yo, what is it with women and beards, B?
I don't know what it is.
I'm not cursed. I don't have a real Paula Bunyan thing going on.
Well, yours comes in really good right here, though.
Well, it does this sort of like half like wing thing, and it's just especially when the jowls start coming out a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm auditioning for Dick Cheney at my local theater. If you can't tell,
I'll put you in contact with Christian Bale. He's got.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't walk in front of his lights.
Something about just like facial hair that
I can't fucking grow. I grow this about, and then this is all fucking.
Yeah, this comes in nice though. That's
now it's starting
your
to.
French.
Dude, I couldn't fucking grow hair till I hit 30.
30 plus years. Yeah, I just started getting chest hair.
Yeah.
Oh well, that one
had to pull my first nipple hair out. That was nice. It was awkward, but I'm gonna get used to it. I bought a little flea comb.
Yeah.
So that I can. Not that I have fleas. That's just the right. That's the right density. That's the right little.
Fleas love nipples, man. It's just
fleas.
Great source.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that fleas love nipples?
Fun fact of the day.
But that's probably the biggest thing for me. Appearance wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't shaved in a while.
Should have grown your hair out to match it too.
It's gone so like it's in an exploratory stage right now. It's like if my beard is a teenager and it doesn't know who it is and like it doesn't know what to do.
Looks like Miss Havisham's front lawn, dog. It's just all over the place, dog. But that's great, man. Sam, no longer sick. Quick update.
Quick update. I am going to Vegas for my first time ever.
Hey.
Tomorrow for a good buddy of mine's wedding. A good old friend, Stephen Colley.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice.
And
your best man at your wedding.
Yeah, if we could call my wedding a wedding. It was one of those really small ceremony like kind of things, but
which makes it even more intense.
Yeah, you're asking me about my week. You were married?
I used to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you used to be.
I used to be. Yeah, no.
That's
I'm
the beauty about being.
Oh yeah. I thought we were talking present tense.
No. This is back in the day.
No.
I think it's gonna casually slip that in there.
Oh yeah.
So he's like,
and we're still living together. He's like, oh yeah, I got married.
Like, wait, who did you marry?
to Brian.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting. Consummated.
No, so I'm actually kind of, I'm excited.
All right then.
Wait a second, guys.
Progressive.
This is how we come out.
Yeah, that's what we get for living above Nietzsche.
But no, I'm excited to go. I'm excited to go because I got a new outfit, suit, and shit like that. So I'm gonna be like on a fucking suit, do one of those. What was it, Tom Cruise, Raining Man? Thing
Yeah, Rain Man.
And someone actually invited him to a wedding, which I was surprised about.
Yeah. I don't have friends.
I was like, okay. He was like, I gotta go out of town. I was like, for what? Because you just gone.
Yeah.
We just gone before this. He had gone like 3 weeks before this for tattooing. Jesus Christ, has it been?
It's been a while.
Has it really?
Yeah,
it just flies by when you're throwing fucking podcasts up. Everything's for a fucking week. But I disrupted his trip to Arizona, and then he was like, yeah, I got another trip going. I was like, oh, double trips. I was like, you must be getting work out there. He was like, no, I'm going to Vegas.
Nice.
And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, for the first time. And I was like, oh, okay, word. Like, I thought he was just treating Jane or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And because we have like a weekly office raffle.
Okay.
And so,
You know how it goes.
She plays it, but I don't. So she always wins.
I have not been to Vegas in like over 6 years because I'm the kind of guy that when I go to Vegas, I'm like, hey guys, Cirque du Soleil is like in 30 minutes. Should we grab tickets?
Yeah.
Blue Man Group is right after. I think we should double down.
You're a show whore.
I'm the show. Yeah.
Show whore.
I'm probably gonna want to see one or two shows.
I love the shows. Actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see a show, dude. I have to do it. I don't gamble.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's not my thing.
I'm 32 now, but like growing up, all the guys were just like, no, we're gonna go to the club, get bottle service and bitches, and I'm just I don't. Blue Man Group, guys, come on.
Yeah, you guys are about to spend $500 on one night and get nothing.
I'm about to experience.
At least
I'll
get to have an experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something I get to talk about. I've never seen Blue Man. I actually, for the first time, saw them without their makeup on. they look like 3 white guys. It's like,
I could have told you that.
They're not
guys.
blue?
They're just goofy ass white dudes, and they just practice with their paddles, and they're like.
Well,
I thought they were a support system of depressed men.
I think they're the replacement. The original ones are dead.
What?
Yeah, they've
They're
been dead
the
for a
tubes
minute,
now.
bro.
They fucking ground them up and made them into the tubes.
Hey, bro, you guys didn't watch that X-File episode? That's the best one. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun trip.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. So I'm gonna just go to a wedding, see an old friend of mine, maybe have some drinks, go see the strip.
Nice.
Go see the strip.
I'm actually going
Let's go to a
again in
strip club.
summertime because we pretty much have free rooms. We tried to use the free rooms for this thing, but it's because it's the weekend. It's like the free rooms are Monday through Friday.
Oh, it was a blackout date.
Yeah, so we were just like, fuck. Well, let's just make another trip.
Oh,
so
all
we set
right.
up another
Double
trip down the line.
trips.
Nice.
Yeah, with free fucking buffets and shit.
Eat some lobster.
Yeah,
$5 lobster.
I guess you can play
Nothing wrong
online
with that.
like fucking phone games and win free trips and shit. And she's been
Really?
doing it for so long and has never used them, so she has all this free shit fucking stacked up. I'm like,
Nice.
what? You can fucking take trips off your phone?
Nice thing to cash out, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay,
if
okay.
they, you know, our
It's like when
sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, we missed an opportunity to plug our sponsors.
Yeah, sorry,
Today's
guys.
sponsors is brought to you by Candy Crush. Yes, Candy Crush. Brought to you in a limited time appearance for your everyday use with your fingers when your wife is busy. Candy Crush. Play it or die. All right.
And we were back from a couple
For Candy
Never,
Crush.
I've never wanted to play Candy Crush more in my life.
My quick update. Pretty boring. Yeah, the finger's kind of getting better. Still need
Is
to
it?
go to the doctor. No,
Can you
it's
grip?
not getting better, dude. It's getting.
Let me see
it's,
it.
It's still pretty fucked up.
If I touch it right here, he's gonna scream.
I mean, it's not that bad, but it's to the point like where that bone shouldn't be.
What if I hit it really hard?
Pretty bad.
You wanna play Knuckles?
That'd be hurt. Yeah. Oh.
Remember that? Remember Uncle?
And then just try and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
That's a classic. Or bloody. Or bloody.
Yeah, I was like,
knuckles.
wait, what are we doing?
When you used
Oh,
to
with the
flick
quarter? 'Cause you had to
would
keep
have
it
the
going
quarter on
if
the
not.
table, and you would put your hand right here.
Oh yeah, that one.
Kids get violent if you don't give them toys,
Second
huh?
place, bloody knuckles winner, guys.
Nice.
Okay.
It's not really. I don't.
Man, I
have
used to
I
play
don't have a trophy.
like where we hit each other's knuckles for so long. 'Cause
Right.
My hand was so.
We used to
fucked
play a
up.
game where we would grip hands and then we would slap hands until one other person gave up. Until like your hands were like.
Damn,
red.
you guys would have hated
That's
me.
how we used to do it.
I was like, I'd play Chinese jump rope with the girls.
Hey! He
I
was
was like, inside out, outside in. Oh,
that's
okay,
just
got
for
it.
death, though. You know what I mean? Whoever doesn't make it gets jogged out.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
You're like there, all wrapped up. You're like, oh, I play Chinese, and you're like, oh, you bitch. And you're like, yeah. Oh yeah, I was somebody's bitch, all right. But other than that, it's pretty chill. I did start kind of like a mini sketch, like a mini sort of overview of like a spec script for Rick and Morty, which I'm kind of excited about, just to like play around with the story a little bit, because I was talking to Will Jackson. Shout out to my boy Will Jackson, the guy who bought my first ever script. And I was talking to him about getting in contact with the people that he had sent that script over to look at and kind of touch up on. And we had a conversation. He was like, yeah, well, you need to have like a treatment set up or something, you know, classic advice and shit like that. I was like, oh, word. I was like, why not do it something that I really want to fucking try and like see happen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sick ass little Rick and Morty
Morty.
script, you know what I mean? And that's something that I feel I can fall into pretty easily. But
I think
something
you
that
could
was,
totally fall into Rick and
you know what I
Morty,
mean? Like,
yeah.
and it was just like something that I was lacking. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, other than like another completed script and then the one I sold, which I haven't finished. But I mean, at least that gives me sort of like an idea of like what needs to be filled out, like as far as like portfolio wise.
Sure.
Being like, oh, okay, like here's my versatility. Like, you know, like I can do this and that and the other thing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, this.
This, that, and the other. Huh?
I
Yeah.
told you that shit just comes in naturally.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Have you found any old Rick and Morty scripts to look over and see how they did it?
I found a couple ones on the
Yeah.
internet. It's all pretty much the basic thing, though. There's really, it's really Story Circle. It's all Dan Harmon's Story Circle.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
follow it.
I mean, you can see the template pretty quickly. You see Rick and Morty going off on an adventure. Maybe Summer comes along, and then Jerry and
so
Beth are doing with their own shit.
Yeah, man. He has a whole bunch of blogs and stuff right now. So I've been listening to his podcast for a minute now, and like yeah, he has this whole thing. It's like that book plus Save the Cat, all mixed together, and then like just a bit of like the mega myth or the.
What was the other book you were talking about? That
Save the Cat.
It was Save the Cat.
Yeah.
I'm listening to that book
Did you
right now,
order it?
actually.
Save the Cat?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Audiobook, yeah.
That shit's fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yo, it's about as good as that other one that we have. But Save the Cat's sick.
Save the Cat
It's
is
really good.
What's
super
the other
good.
one? Should we just so we can plug it? How to make scripts.
How to have fun and make millions.
How to have fun and money. Making
I don't know. It was the
scripts.
guys who did Reno 911.
Yeah.
They
How
did a great job. They
Have a
outlined
strip
that.
for millions.
Yeah, we'll have to plug it or
Yeah.
something. Oh, well, that's a real plug that we could add.
I mean, I fucking love that book. That's
It's
what
great.
really helped out.
No, it was really good. It was really good. Like I said, I don't think I would have been able to do whatever I'm doing, at that point, and been able to do it right. But Save the Cat was something that I just stumbled upon
Yeah,
recently.
same.
Because of that.
I mean, I'm
podcast.
talking within a Mac. I've started listening to it on audiobook maybe last week.
Yeah, dude, that's so
Dude,
funny.
I haven't been able to get it. I haven't done them yet. Like audiobooks.
Dude, it's actually really good. Because my commute is about an hour since I live in Los Feliz and I commute to the west
That's
side.
why you Podcasts.
I just finished listening to Tina Fey's Bossy Pants,
Oh, I haven't.
which I've read before, but I just wanted to hear
Sam
her
doesn't like
sweet
listening to
voice,
women.
like kind of just melt into my ears. I would marry Tina Fey.
She's cool.
Yeah.
I would marry her.
Yeah,
She'd be cool.
yeah.
I mean, I would fight her before I married her. Though.
Oh well, I think you have to fight someone before you marry them.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
part
that-
of the
that's
law,
part of
right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's like prima nocta. The
Yeah.
man
What
can
happened?
come
Prima
and
nocta.
slam your whole-
Prima nocta is the
Well, if the female wins, you take her last name.
There you go. Oh, that's the way it should be.
Alfonso
decided.
Fey.
Well, welcome back to Ancient Definitions. But no, but that's it. Pretty much, I'm working on that, trying to dust the old bones off for some writing. You know what I mean? Now that we're semi caught up on all of this shit,
Yeah.
because we were so behind, and then I went to jail, and then all this wild shit happened, and the hands all fucked up.
I
and it's
noticed
just-
you didn't promote that episode so hard.
Yo, I said the exact same thing too, and what's funny? If you go back and look, I actually threw one of the one with the American flags on it, and I promoted that as the jail one.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because we have such a deep catalog. We were so behind on our fucking episodes.
got
That
a
we're just
little
trying to catch up on putting everything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just
Make
got a
sure.
little confused.
Yeah, but the jail one, no, I did not push that
No.
one.
Should I ask why you went to jail?
Yeah, dog, you can ask.
yeah, dude, you got to
You,
watch
did,
that.
you didn't watch the episode?
I haven't watched that particular
dog.
one.
No, just kidding.
I
know this
skipped
before
that
I
one.
tell the quick overview of the story because, we have, God knows how much time we have. We have like an hour and a half.
We have, yeah.
We got plenty of time. It's always a special time when we got homies in the
Hey.
office. The jail one, back to the promoting thing. We weren't on iTunes and we weren't set up for Spotify yet. And so I think that was just having a big problem on people finding us or like taking the time to discover us because I don't watch YouTube. He watches YouTube for
I watch
podcasts.
YouTube because sometimes I like just to see, like Mike Tyson has Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
and it comes out on YouTube and on iTunes.
Yeah.
I watch it on YouTube just so I could see him talk to the people.
And we were spending such a long amount of time like focusing on like the green screen and the cameras and the editing and doing that. And I was like,
But now
yo,
that we have
we're
that
fucking
down-
podcast. I was like, we're audio. Like we need to make sure that like people can like listen to us.
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
now we're set up, on the iTunes and the Spotify and the Castbox and the SoundCloud.
Nice.
That way everybody can actually download it.
Beautiful.
We'll put all those
Like
descriptions
my
at
mom.
the bottom.
Yeah, my mom keeps telling me, she's like, well, send me where you need me to download. And I'm like, it's on YouTube right now. And she's like, I don't know how to work that. And I'm like, fuck, you're right. Like, how the fuck are old people supposed to listen to me talk?
Oh, old people.
I got another-
That's your demographic right there.
Hey, bro, we talk about shit that old people love, like banging and like sex ed prevention. Yeah,
Well,
sex ed
senior
episode.
citizens actually bang just as much as like younger citizens.
Actually, I heard
if
a
not
lot.
more. Yeah,
I heard
exactly.
a lot. And especially mentally disabled people
Yeah.
just walk around jerk.
What happened? What do we?
And I hear
missed
like
this.
I think like after you hit a certain age, like your likelihood of getting an STD just like skyrockets
dude.
because
yeah.
people just
STDs
stop
are
giving a
rampant.
fuck. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, fuck it, like I already made it this
yeah,
long.
They're
shit
gonna die.
themselves.
They don't know how to use condoms.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're just like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let's just bang.
just
And
bang.
old people banging. It's not cool. Like, there's a limit, right?
Imagine that sound.
Y'all know me. I yeah. That's not even a fist in mayonnaise. That's like
That's
I don't even know. That's
add a
just
lot
you-
of
that's
baby
you
powder onto
throwing-
2 pieces of meat and flop them together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
It's
good
like
one. I was
two
gonna say-
garbage bags. of
And
just
spit
like,
in the middle a little bit.
I was gonna
Spit in the
say
middle.
just let
Throw
like
'em at
3
each-
raccoons eat a jar of peanut butter and just record. And you're just like, oh fuck. But no, I love the gray foxes, dog.
Hey.
I'm the first one to admit it.
You like blue hairs?
I like them old. I like to go dragon hunting. Shit's the tits. But the thing is, I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm young. My skin isn't wrinkly. It ain't old. When that shit's put up together, that shit
Got
looks like
that collagen
Picasso or
still.
some shit. Or like Pollock or whatever the fuck that other dude's name is who was all fucking handicapped. It's a pretty image. but two old. Sorry, this is our brief rap interlude. Old lady banging. But like when old people are banging, like it just doesn't. I'm so concerned for someone to get hurt, like in like
A hip?
That's my thing the whole time. Like I can't even jack off to it. I'm over here just going, please, like Nana.
You just hope they make it out okay.
Yeah, bro. He's like, throw your leg up, and I'm like, oh no, like she ain't done that shit since her
like, did
wedding
she
night,
stretch?
homie. Yeah, and some of those old ladies, they look like rubber chickens, bro. The way they get flipped back, and you're just like, I know 20-year-old girls who couldn't even do that, bro.
Right.
Yo. No, we have a whole sex section. I was gonna ask you what's up with
No,
it.
wait. We were talking about your jail. What happened in jail?
Oh my god. I keep trying to. Okay. Anyways, my bad, doc. Like 4 weeks ago, I got into like I was just in a bad spot. I had just gotten off the phone and just gotten some news that I wasn't happy about, and I was just being childish, and I was in front of the house,
childish.
and I was like, damn it, all this and
You
that.
had a little freak out.
And I was punching out and shit and everything, and finally I was like,
He
all
was
right.
kicking bushes.
Kicking bushes and kicking doors and
Fucking
just
hate
being,
bushes,
yeah, you know, and that's not me. That's why I keep him around so he can do that shit. That's not my job.
I don't do that. I don't have conniptions in the street.
I guess, but that's so I was like, nah, bro. And so as I was leaving, the cops were like, hey, somebody called. They were like, yo, there's some disturbances going on, and I was like trying to explain to them. I was like, oh no, like yeah, and they were like, no, we're not having it, homie. And so they took me down, and
They're
I
like,
spent
"You're
I spent the next 4 days getting bounced around through LA County. Like,
What?
yeah, I spent 3 days in solitary.
And it was
in Santa
Martin Luther
Monica.
King fucking.
It was Martin Luther King
on
weekend.
Monday, so it was
Oh.
like that happened on like a Friday or Saturday.
And it happened before he left for his trip out in Arizona. And then I was really, and like I said,
It was like a day and a half later, and I'm like, I haven't seen Bryan.
you can go and listen to the episode for the rest of the
Okay,
story.
I will.
But I'm just saying, we ran through that mammoth jam, and it was crazy. It was like 4 or 5 days was going through that bullshit. And finally, he found me. We settled things out. And so the week after that happened,
A few days after that happened.
was it a few days?
It was a few days.
3 days or 4 days.
That's why I was just like, are you fucking
It was like a few
kidding
days
me?
after that happened. I go down to the local watering hole, just hanging out, go have a drink. And then I walk home. You know what I mean? I have a couple drinks. I'm walking home, doing the responsible thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
not driving, not doing anything crazy.
Right.
And then I must have bumped into a homeless person or a hobo or something, and he said something to me, and I was a week fresh off of that, drinking.
On probation.
Decides
to.
And so the old man was like, yeah. And so I was like, okay, cool, old man. And then I came here, and my hand was all messed up. And so I was like, oh, no. And so that's kind of what
No, he wasn't. Oh, no. He was.
Well, I was cool about it at the time because I
He
was
was hammered.
and I was like, nah, bro. I was like, it's cool. I was like, nah, it keeps happening. I was like, again with this shit, motherfuckers keep on trying to fucking
He
fuck
just
with
kept
me.
saying, it's the same old thing.
It's the same old shit.
I'm like, you fucking did this.
It's the same old shit. I mean, to me and to the homeless person.
No.
but
anyway.
it was the homeless person and to me.
For sure.
But it was mostly the homeless person.
It was alcohol.
Well, the alcohol too, but mostly the homeless person. He was probably fucked up.
It was alcohol.
Well, I don't know why he needed to say anything. I don't know why people need to say anything.
Why do people speak?
Fucking people talking, you know what I mean? And so that's why the hand is like this. But if you wanted to hear a more in depth,
I'll do some research.
you
Yeah.
know, listen to that episode.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now that we burnt up 10 minutes of telling a story that we already told in
yeah.
another episode.
I was like, fucking should I have brought it up?
We'll just cut that out. But
but
yeah, man, that's pretty much my week. Ooh.
What was that?
I don't know. Everything.
Oh, that was just me.
Fell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Oh no, it's falling
I
apart.
was like, oh my god. But yeah, that's pretty much it for weekly update. For everybody, Mom, if you're listening, now you know what happened. If you hadn't listened to the other one, sick. So my guy, usually what we do at this point is we do a little rant quarter, my man.
Okay.
What really gibbles your
Been
nipples?
getting you out your giblets lately.
Like what?
Before we jump into your like
Bunches
20
your
by
crusties.
20 Oprah,
What,
like what's been wrestling your with
Yeah,
your
like
gummies,
what has
dog?
been pissing you off recently?
What's been tickling your biscuit, homie? You can rap to it too if you need to. But
Let me think about this. What pisses
fuck the
me-
gas
What really
prices.
grinds
Well,
my gears right now?
I mean, like you just got back from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything bother you down there?
Here's
did
one of the
anything
things-
bother you from here to there to here? Perceptions? Were you? Yeah.
I felt so. I was in Mexico for this last about week or so.
Yeah.
I was out there for 6 days visiting my mom's family. Hadn't been there in about 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And she lives in a part of the country where it's like very agricultural. 2 main exports are avocados and cocaine. So you can
Nice.
imagine
that their
Tequila
guacamole
and
kicks
cocaine.
ass.
the guacamole kicks.
And then you just add a little bit of the cocaine. You're like, huh?
I love this guacamole.
Yeah.
This is McDonald's. Why y'all motherfuckers selling guacamole?
Like racking lines with chips.
Slicing that shit out and dicing the lines.
Talking about new business ideas.
Yeah.
Look at this idea for a script.
We'll meet you guys here 5 o'clock for the guacamole hour.
So where did tortillas come from? I think that's an origin story right there.
Rolling up the tortillas.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, really? Oh, but anyway.
What are these, flour? So naturally, when you go out there, you don't want to seem very showy, right? You don't want to seem like, I'm
Like you have
rich
money.
and I get money, right? Because then it's like naturally there's going to be some individuals out there. And I'm not
They're like,
saying
I'm paycheck to paycheck, motherfucker.
right, exactly. But like their perception, as I'm sure you probably already know, it's like everyone out here is rich. Everyone in the United States is rich. Period. So I tried my best to not be flashy in any way.
Yeah.
But then they also but then here's where it comes, like I feel bad because they perceive me to be, and then it's just if I don't like tip enough, then I'm worried. I'm just like, man, did I undertip? Did I overtip? Should I be tipping at all? No one else
you
is tipping.
overthought
I'm
of
like
it.
tipping. Yeah, like I was like scrutinizing myself because I felt bad because over there like 100 pesos is like $5. You know what I mean? And so
And what's the tipping over there like?
so most of the time it's not customary to tip, and
Not.
if you do tip, it's kind of like built into the receipt, like if it's a larger party or
Okay.
something like that. But here, obviously, it's customary to tip all over the place. So
Yeah.
I was
Some
kind of
places it's rude.
Yeah, and then some places it's rude not to, right? So
I mean,
there.
it's rude if you tip.
Oh yeah, in some
Yeah.
countries it's rude if you tip.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like Japan, I think, or China or something.
Yeah, I think Italy as well. It's
Yeah.
like if you tip, it's kind of saying like, do better next time. Here's some money so you can do some better. Like, you know what I mean? So I was kind of stressing out about that, and which is kind of just a weird thing to kind of overthink and kind of overanalyze. But then also I just got this really nice camera that I wanted to take so that I could like take some really nice photographs. But again, like packing equipment like that just out in the open, it was like I want to be a huge target. So I ended up taking just a bunch of like Kodak disposables, which draw less attention, and it's just like, actually the photographs came out great. I'll show you guys later.
And you got
but-
your phone too.
Plus, I got my phone. Yeah, exactly. But that's like, I'm all into film right now, so it's like, how can I get film photographs right now? But
So your rant's about Mexico.
that would be a little rant about Mexico. But by and large, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful state where I was. And
Did you see anybody that would look at you as a target? Or
Um,
did you see
Well,
people
that's
that
the
were
thing
keeping
about
their
those
eye
type
out?
of people. You never know who they're gonna be. Everybody could.
Well, you could kind of tell the guy on the street corner that just happens to always be sitting there looking around.
This is
Right.
like the discussion we had about who you trust more when you walk through an alley, a black guy or a white guy.
I just know when I'm sitting in a street corner in Istanbul, I'm looking around and I can tell who's fucking doing what.
Luckily,
You sit
I
around
don't.
long enough,
I never felt like I noticed anyone either noticing me or that I noticed them
Yeah.
being kind of like extra. So
See,
I
that
was
was your
pretty
first
lucky
mistake,
for that.
dog.
Yeah.
You always gotta assume everybody's gonna.
Dude,
try
I need to
and-
tattoo some eyes in the back of your head.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be.
All right, let's make our. Oh wait, no, he's on to us.
That'd be sick. Well, that was an okay rant.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
If I
You're
think
not
of
an
something
angry
else,
guy.
You
You,
are
you
not-
don't. You're
yeah,
not a
you've
really
never-
big ranter. You know.
He's never really been angry.
You've never really been an
No.
angry guy.
Person.
I've always been very calm. I'm a very, very, very.
I get that a
relaxed
lot.
and-
Like I'm very, very calm. I don't really get angry. It takes a lot to get me angry.
It does. It does. Wait till I tell you.
Yeah.
This deep, dark secret that I didn't hide it from you, dog.
Celia walks
On
in.
camera.
She's pregnant.
So, all right, Bryan.
My rant corner is actually about the prison industrial complex.
Oh, see? Hey, all right. I'm sorry, Loki, before you start that. I went through after I got arrested. I went through stages of almost like grief or whatever, and it's funny because I was thinking about you going through that, and then your stages of what you're going to be feeling going through this whole thing. Because I was like, the first month I was like angry, and then I did the industrial complex thing, and like kind of like was like blah, 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 and then like And then
I was just kind of scrambling for something to rant about.
Oh, the prison industrial. We can rant about the prison industrial complex. Let me tell you.
Stages of feelings after a fucking.
Oh, I mean, I'm over it at this point. Like, I can't. You can't. There's nothing.
That's true. They fucking empty my bank account, so that's why when I got arrested.
Yeah, yours was different, bro.
Really?
Yeah, they straight ganked you, homie. Like, yeah, you were.
That's why I went through some stages of grief.
Yeah, me, I was just like, oh, I'm out. We're alive. The dogs are good. Sam's good. Like, we're good.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't get too fucked up.
We had enough money to get the car out. Like, we're caught up on rent. Like, we're alive. Like, it was a lot of that. And now that I have, once my head gets above that water, that's when I'm like, I've been in this bitch my whole life, guys. Like, I ain't even worry about that shit. Like,
it was pretty dark being around him for the first.
It's pretty bad, bro. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a human being. I got emotions. You know what I mean? And I was mad at myself. You know, that was the biggest thing about it. I was just mad at myself.
I wasn't mad at you getting arrested. It was kind of like, damn, man, really, like a kid. Like,
well, and that it's the first time we've ever had to deal with it.
I was mad at the few days after.
Yeah,
that's where I fucking lost my shit.
Oh well, yeah, you know what I mean. I come back and
I open the door and he's
beat the hell out of somebody, and I'm all fucked up.
He's shovel, his hands all fucking like that. And he just after like the whole ordeal of him getting arrested, I was like, what the fuck?
Doing all the right things except the bad thing of going out and looking for trouble. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's on the other side.
Your industrial complex?
Walking around, minding my own business. Yeah, exactly. It's trying to sidetrack me. We already did an episode about this. All right, so the complex, dog. Fuck the food and everything in there. That's cool. It's who's running them bitches. You know who runs the food out in Santa Monica? Bob Hope. Or not Bob Hope.
Drew Carey. No, wait, not Drew
Carey. The
Carey.
guy who's
who hosted the Oscars?
Guess the price.
Bob Dole. Drew Carey?
No, the Bob Barker.
Oh, Bob
Barker.
The neuter the dogs guy?
Bob Barker owns a food and supply chain that supplies California prisons with food.
Hey, man, he knew how to make money.
Wow.
Like, he makes a shit ton of money from doing that. And all the food in there is old and shit. And I can't believe that the motherfuckers who've been arrested for marijuana still ain't been let go yet. Yeah. I don't understand why people are in there. And I was in there, like I said,
because it's money. It's money. You can't.
Prisons are privately owned. So if you keep them full, then you're generating more money than if you keep them empty.
All the time that I spent behind stuff and done shenanigans and got into my own series of shit, like with this right here, this was bad. This was not cool. It's not cool. Like, it's not the Oz or nothing in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Y'all can listen to that episode. But fuck this is a quick rant. Fuck the food. Fuck the way they be treating me like that in there.
Fuck Bob Hope.
Fuck Bob Hope. No, poor Bob Hope. Fuck Bob Barker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played the game, though. You got to make the money however you got to make the money.
Dude, he had some good money guy tell him, hey,
that's what I mean.
We can get this food company.
He had Hitler's PR guy. He was like, hey,
Hitler, baby.
Hey, Bobby, darling, I have such a good idea. Let's feed the prisoners. Peanut butter and jelly, 5-day-old macaroni and cheese.
He's like, I don't know.
They'll love it. You know who makes a great meatloaf? My mother. What I'll do, I'll have a cook for the prisoners. It'll be easy. Fuck it.
It'll be a tax write-off. Don't worry about it.
How do you fix it? Have the motherfuckers cook their own food. Have the motherfuckers
give them food and be like, cook it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give them kitchen supplies like knives and grates.
But that's what reminded me of it.
All right.
And what's your rant?
My fucking rant is people who kind of, I don't know. I don't even know how to rant about this. I went through a series of emotions. I was trying to get into this this thing, and for writers, a writers group. Long story short, the guy's been doing this for a few decades, and you know everything was great. And I go to this writers group. I'm checking it out. Someone vouched for me because it's not advertised. And then so I go to this thing. It went well.
It's a secret one. It's a secret.
Yeah, it's like you
got another code.
It's a few times a week. It's like $500 for 8 weeks. You could go as many times as you want. There's 4 days.
You meet behind the Zankus off Sunset.
Wait, like so you meet with a group of people who at this guy's house.
At this guy's house, he puts it on,
He puts
And
what on?
It's like a writing class.
Oh, a class. Okay,
like a
okay.
workshop.
Okay.
So,
I'm with you.
You basically start writing a script under his tutelage or whatever, and in between these classes,
He uses his experience to
you
skills.
show him what you have, and he'll read it through and be like, give you notes, keep working. Basically, by the end of the 8 weeks, he gets you with an industry ready script. And then on these classes, these days, people have scheduled days where they have to read their script. So let's say there's 5 characters, so 5 people in the class will get each character, and then we sit around like
like a table read. Yeah,
someone does the action, someone fucking talks. And so we went through, and I guess you're not supposed to talk at all. So when we're discussing the fucking scripts, once we're done reading, we talk about the script, and he first talks about it for like the first 20 minutes about what he says, what he thinks, this and that, blah blah blah. Then we all start talking, but we're not. I guess when you're new, you just keep your mouth shut. And they were talking, and at one point, I knew to keep my mouth shut. But at one point,
you decided to express an opinion.
No, I didn't express an opinion. They started talking in the story. It would think of a Jewish exorcist or some shit like that. Okay. So like, there's this thing that's taking over a little boy, and it's a demon, and the demon tells his mom, "I want the Jewish rabbi. I want the Jew so and so, Jew L'chaim, whatever his name is." Right. So she goes and gets the
possessed
rabbi.
kid. Okay.
And the rabbi, instead of coming, for some reason he sends this new rabbi girl, and for whatever reason, if he's sick, I don't remember. Actually, they didn't even give a reason. He should have died. I thought he should have died.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's go.
So
come on.
Person shows up. Blah blah blah. The girl shows up, and so as they're discussing it, they're like, "So why did the mom want the rabbi to come?" And he keeps talking about the mom asking for the rabbi, and I'm sitting here going, "Fucking demon child asked for the rabbi. The mom went and got it. The mom doesn't want anybody. The mom just wants her child back." And they're talking about this, and for 10 minutes, they're all on the wrong page about it. Right. So finally, I'm like, "Excuse me." And then everyone gets quiet. I'm like, "I thought it was the child that asked for the rabbi." And he was just like, and then he just kept talking. I was like, "But in the script," and he goes, "Shh." He shushed me.
He shushed you like with the hand thing?
Yeah, he was like that. And then he kept talking. And so I just sat there. I felt my face get a little red. I haven't got shushed like that in a long time. So I'm sitting there like, whatever. And they continued. And then finally someone said something about it, like another 10 minutes later. "But wasn't it the..." And I was like, and I kind of went, "That's what I said." And the guy next to me was kind of a dick, goes, "What are you trying to say under your breath?" Kind of like that. And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, you talking to me?" Like, it got kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it was fine. End of the class, I was talking with the instructor. People were smiles. Then I didn't hear from him. He's like, "This is what it is." And I was like, I'm gonna get a hold of you. A few days later, because I got sick, I got a hold of him. I was like, "Sorry, I haven't got a hold of you sooner, but I want to start, after a certain date." No answer. He ghosted me. He ghosted me for fucking so long. I was getting like, what did I do?
That's fucked.
And in this industry, the rant is, in this industry, people just ghost you. Mm-hmm. I've been ghosted a few times after meetings. And he eventually hit me up the other day, on yesterday, just out of the blue, like, "Yes, I'd like you to come in Tuesday nights. If you come tonight, that'd be great." I'm like, "I told you I work Tuesday nights. I'm trying to change my fucking thing." But long story short, he ended up getting a hold of me, but it seemed like over a week. And I was like flipping out, like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do you do that? Why do people ghost people here? And
I hear that's a very LA thing.
It's a very LA thing.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like the only reason he hit me back up because he needs a male student for Tuesday nights.
Oh, it was just
it's all females on Tuesday nights. I went on a Wednesday night, Thursday night, and there's a Saturday morning. And I'm like, because
he needs a wingman.
Essentially, they just need another guy to come in on Tuesday nights.
All right.
And he told me this beforehand. He's like, "It'd be really great." And then after he ghosted me for a while, then on Tuesday he's like, "If you could come tonight."
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, bro. But it just felt like, I don't know. I was just really, I feel like LA, the ghosting. Just tell him, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just tell him, like, just be like, "Yo, like, we can't use the script. Yo, like, we enjoyed lunch." And, that's it.
Hey, we got no room or
whatever. It's just not going to work out for us.
Yeah.
At least let a guy know. Don't let a guy like 5 days later be like, "Whoa, I guess that's it."
Yeah.
And then, but for the first 3 days being like, "Fuck, man, are they not calling me?" When they could have just said that day, been like, "Hey, man, it's not going to work."
Yeah.
All right, man, I'm going to move on. You know,
that's it. It's that simple, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens way more than in my opinion in other states or in other like industries. You know what I mean? You can't do that in like the property management business. Like
no, if you were trying to get a job at a property management place and you went for an interview and then they would let you know. Sorry,
yeah, even if you got the job or not, right? Or you can't ghost like clients. You know what I mean? Because that's money. It's like you know what I mean. If it's someone,
if I did that at my work, it'd be the worst reviews ever.
Yeah, you start someone's tattoo and then just fucking ghost.
Yeah, dude.
books it right in the middle of that.
So why did it turn anime halfway through the?
Never seen again.
Yeah.
This is the cursed tattoo that he left me with. No.
But so yeah, that's my rant. It's just I wish people would be a little more upfront.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
You know? And then just the pretentiousness of this fucking industry. Like, you cannot speak, motherfucker. I'm about to pay $500.
Yeah, damn right, bro. I didn't know that he told you. What did you say under your breath?
The guy sitting next to me. No, it wasn't the instructor.
No, I know. I didn't. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, this guy.
Hey, bro.
Like, because I looked at him. I looked at him. I said, "What did you?"
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
I looked at him. I said, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
Like that, and he goes, "Well, no, it's just that I understand that new people have a hard time just
all right.
talking." And I go, "Okay,
that's what you were trying to say."
But they had it wrong, new or not.
Better watch it.
Yeah, I just kind of.
There's another episode that you can watch, episode 2, where I get into some shenanigans with the lady at a bar.
Yeah,
Dude,
because
this guy's always fighting people. That's what
I'm
I'm
not
telling
fighting
him.
people.
And it's always after bar and drinking.
I saw him once. Remember when we saw each other briefly
what is
in
this?
Echo Park?
What corner is this, dog? Is this jump on Bryan and his emotional issues?
Hey man, don't.
Should we let him know that this is an intervention?
I love it. What is it? Which one was it?
I said, should we let him know that this is an intervention?
The whole thing, it's all been a setup since Bryan, we started this podcast. We really, really are worried about you.
Everyone walks in. It's
all of Bryan's friends and family just go.
No, but tell it.
About those time I bumped into you at Echo Park.
Tell me. I want to know this one.
I just bumped into him at Echo Park once briefly. I think I was heading home and you were going to hit up one more place, and then the following morning I found out that you had gone into a fight that night as well.
That was
because I even knocked on your door the next day. I feel, and then you answered.
right.
He was like, just kind of like bruised.
That was the night we went to the game.
Oh, that fight.
Yeah, that was the night we went to the game. I was hammered that day.
Yeah.
That was.
I tried stopping you.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember that. Actually.
I feel bad.
Do you? I do remember though. What night?
Do you remember the night where it was Steven, you and I think, or it was you, me, and my friend Ivan, I think, and we went from like the shortstop to like Little Joy, and then that French restaurant, and then we ended up at Gold Room because we had talked to those girls at the French restaurant, and they're like, we're gonna be at Gold Room later, and we went at Gold Room, and we were just dancing.
Isn't that the night that you came back home and you hit the triple double?
Was it that night?
It was that night. I came on these games, these Alex Jones games. It was that night, dog.
I think it might have been that night.
Double.
So that because Steven and his friend
and they fell asleep.
Mike, yes. So they left early, leaving you, Ivan, and myself. We were just flirting with these girls at Gold Room.
Big facts.
Yeah, they're good. They're thick and thick, but they're good.
They was ladies,
and, and like I remember walking over to Bryan at one point. He did this little number on that girl right there.
Your boy got moves all day, B. Yeah, no, it was crazy times. And if anything, that brings us right into our theme.
Our theme is. What is our theme?
Alfonso. Yeah! Welcome to Theme Corner. Today is brought to you by Viagra, the little blue pill that keeps you up at night. Make sure you use it right, only on things that are tight. Viagra, the blue pill. And that's our advertisement for Viagra. Thanks
I've
for
never wanted a Viagra.
Are we going to get sued for doing those?
Probably, dog. That'd be sick. Alfonso, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, dog? Let's take it back.
What are you writing nowadays?
What am I writing nowadays? I've been focusing so much on film photography with Chris, and we're I mentioned to you guys earlier, we're publishing a film photography book.
Nice.
The thesis of the book is vanity. So we're really kind of it's a 3-part book with 3 different photographers, all film. And we're each tackling our personal perception of what vanity is through our photographs. So,
and then you're putting the book all together.
And then we're putting the book all together, kind of like a coffee table book. It's gonna be a good size, really good print, nice weight, and really just to showcase our photography.
That's kind of cool.
So I've been focusing on that and not writing as much as I'd like, but I've been writing a lot of short stories actually now.
Nice.
That's actually one of the new games that we're gonna get going on here is doing short story competitions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and whoever's story wins
Like
that
2
week.
pages.
Yeah, like 2 pages,
just
something
small
like that.
ones.
Yeah.
And then whoever's story. We were gonna do it for this one, but I wanted to make sure that we just spoke to you and like talked about you.
Yeah.
And instead we talked about the fucking prison system and that shit we already talked about. But I do notice that when you go into something else and you're doing something else, and Sam and I talked about that before, is like the writing sort of fell. I mean, you know, kind of to the side, like when we were trying to get all of this figured out, and we were trying to just get.
I just finished my script, and then we started doing this, and it was really hard to start another one.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it's a lot to try and like bounce between the two things, and so I definitely understand that. You know, considering it took, you know, it takes a lot of time to like look at all the other stuff, and
It takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, and you don't want to like half-ass it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. What are you shooting on right now?
Right now, I just got a brand new camera. It's at a Canon EOS 3.
Yeah.
So that's literally the last camera that Canon manufactured as a film camera before going all digital.
Oh,
And that's the one after EOS 2.
Yeah.
nice.
I just,
Man, Sammy, you really know your
I
shit.
know my cameras really well, so I just kind of throw it.
No, that was good. I bought it. I was like, oh, sick.
Sounds chronological.
I was
I'll
like,
buy
nice,
it. But what was genius about it, the manufacturers in Canon, was that they made that film camera, the mount on it, compatible with all future lenses for the digital camera. So whether
Makes
you have
fucking sense.
exactly, so like whether you have
You're good.
whether you have a Mark 1 or 2 or what have you, or just even a little Rebel, it will work on your EOS 3. So you just kind of like opened up the door to using all these great lenses on a film camera.
That's pretty cool.
See, and again, why they fucking make different connection points is beyond me.
Right, exactly. Well, it's like Sony has its own mount, and then Nikon has their own mount, and then so you can buy adapters and stuff like that, but it gets tedious. And then film production in general is just like, it's such a process. It's like if you don't really like it, then it's like you're not going to want to do it because
No, it's rough.
you have to buy the film, load it onto the camera, shoot accurately based on your light settings, finish the roll, send it out to get it developed.
Wait.
There's like
If-
you're
if-
paying
yeah, if
throughout
you're-
the entire process. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, some people
Wait,
like
get it
developing that
back.
shit themselves.
Yeah, that'd be cool if I had my own black room. But
And you really jumped into the film thing too. Like I remember, it was just kind of like over
It was
a
just
week
kinda
or
like on the
something
side,
that.
yeah, kinda like a
like
hobby,
You,
and
you
then-
really cranked it up, and then you were like, oh look, like
well, once Chris and I started having the competitions,
Yeah.
and they started getting really fun.
oh the
Yeah, so
competition.
explain-
Are you
yeah,
guys still
explain
having
that.
those?
We are, but we're on a hiatus because of the book.
We gotta get involved with that. somehow.
explain how did that competition work? So
So the competition worked because we both really liked film photography, right? But there was, and we would go out and we would just shoot photography, like whatever we thought was interesting. But there was no like driving force, so there's just nowhere to like really funnel.
Just kinda scattered.
We were just scattered, right?
Yeah.
So then, I think Chris and I had the idea. We were just like, hey, like, let's see who can take the best picture of this. You know what I mean? And so then we thought, like, well, let's give this some structure. Like, these are going to be, like, let's pick some themes, and then we can shoot, like, 3 or 4 photographs for each theme, and then we'll have our friends vote on which ones they like best, and then we'll have a winner. And so that was really kind of just the birth
Then
of
it
the contest.
snowballed from
Exactly.
there.
And then it
you guys would
snowballed.
win like what more film?
Yeah, and then we started putting restrictions like it has to be this kind of camera, or it has to be this kind of film, and or this has to be this subject matter. And it's like it started growing to like I think at one point we had like about 10 photographers participating in the contest.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we got to the point where you could only submit 1 photograph per category, because imagine going through like 90 photographs and trying to pick your
Exactly. Yeah.
favorite, you know? And our judges were like some of our friends who work professionally in photography. So they had a really good eye and had a lot of great feedback. And it just turned out to be a really great place to kind of surround yourself with like-minded people who appreciate the
Competition's fun.
same passion, and then just do a lot of really cool film photography. I won the contest once, and then
You did. That was like at the very beginning.
it was I think the 3rd contest. Yeah,
When it was
exactly.
only
You
you
were
and
all
you.
It was
about it.
Chris, Steven, and I.
Nice.
Yeah,
You clearly cheated.
yeah, I clearly cheated. I used
You
flip phone
clearly spent
pictures.
$1,000 and bought it for
It was-
free.
Chris
it was-
doesn't know how to use a camera.
It was all dick pics. So
I don't
mean,
care what it costs.
That's what one.
unanimously.
Yeah. Make sure to eat that mic. Eat that mic good.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Well,
Eat
yeah,
it.
when you're speaking. Yeah.
Fucking eat it.
Just because I want to make sure we get your audio.
He
right.
just likes
Nice
these lingos
esophagus.
like that. He just likes.
You mentioned earlier you're of Mexican descent.
I am. Yeah.
How do you feel that influences your work?
And where do you think the border should be?
I would watch an interview show where one dude was really like professional. He was like, "Do you believe that there's a firm way that?" And then the other guy goes, "Yeah, and what you think about the women?" Like on the other side of it, it would be like Key and Peele when he has the translator for Obama. But he would just like interview all these really important people, and then he would just chime in and be like, "What'd you have for breakfast today? What did you do today?"
Do you like dippy eggs?
Hey.
Or do you like scrambled eggs?
Like my special brother. Okay, Timmy, stop.
Yeah. I
Now,
said you
Mr.
could ask one question.
Mr. President, I'm so sorry. He's my brother. He has to come with me everywhere.
Mom won't let us go separately.
Yeah. What do you feel about that, dog? Like, especially taking photos. How do you translate your heritage through photos? Unless you're taking pictures of taco stands and Mexican women and
He was just in Mexico.
Yeah, I was just in Mexico.
well, Mexico's a great place to take pictures of that.
I will
alone,
say
but
one thing that I noticed.
Mexico is usually kind of a hand in hand.
it's pretty Mexican.
One thing that I did notice in Mexico was a cultural difference was that here, if you pull out a camera and you're like kind of doing street photography, which is mostly what I do, kind of just photographs on the street, very candid, very like with things I think kind of cool. If people see you pull out a camera and they see you're trying to take a picture of them, they're very aware of that and they get very uncomfortable or like down to the point would be like, "Hey, what are you doing
Here?
Here in America." In Mexico, they could give two fucks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they did not care. Like I would pull out my camera and like I'd get kind of close, closer than I ever gotten here, and they'd just be like, "Just ignore him, he'll go away," And I got some great shots in Mexico.
I wonder if that has to do with sort of like the not my problem sort of like style that they live with the cartels and everybody, where like things go down and then you're just kind of like.
Well, here everybody's a little
like,
more.
Oh, whatever, homie. Right, but we don't have cartels busting doors down.
No, I just mean here.
Out.
Like I feel like you point a camera at like people here are very entitled.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like,
well, I think it's kind of
internet.
it's kind of
Mexico's
ironic
not really
though.
hyped about the internet.
It's kind of ironic though because on the one hand, if you pull out a camera, you're a video recorder. It's almost like their objection is you're invading my privacy.
Yeah.
Right.
But
And you might be
we're
using my
invading people's privacy all the time through
Right,
so
but-
many means, but through invisible means.
Yeah.
right.
and it's just
but
like they
you
don't
can't really
even-
complain at the person with the camera on the wall.
Right. Exactly.
But I think when you pull, especially out in more of a country that's internet based, like you're taking a picture of somebody, you're like, "Where are you putting my picture, buddy?"
Yeah.
Buddy? Like, in Mexico, they're just like, "It's fucking."
But the reason I ask that is, you know what I mean, not just in your photography, but in your writing and everything like that. There's almost like two schools of thoughts where, like if you're of Hispanic or even African or even white, like there's like you have to have pride or I have a good friend of mine from Arizona who's
even if I
no, you're good.
even if I try to write a story without deliberately incorporating my heritage into it, it's downright impossible to do so because such a big part of my identity is rooted in the fact that I'm first generation Mexican American here in this country. So because of that, like a huge part of my identity is like there's this like weight on me that I.
So you do feel some type of obligation.
Oh, of course. Like I
interact
feel this sense of obligation to honor all of the sacrifices my parents made to get me here.
For sure.
Right?
Do you resent it?
I don't resent it because I think it's shaped me, but I do like sometimes wish I didn't have it.
Or you wish to escape it sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, because it just makes you feel like everything you do, like I'll give you an example. Like they sacrificed a lot to get me here, right? But because of that, I have the luxury of asking the question, what do I want to be? What do I want to do, right? And while I'm figuring that out, or my ability to like go out and grab a drink and party a little bit and kind of like socialize and things like that, it's like it's almost like indulgent, and that sense of indulgence kind of makes you feel guilty, like fuck, is this because then you think of it through their perspective and then they're wondering like, man, we worked so hard and he's just like partying all the time,
right?
You know what I mean? But it's kind of like that's also the benefits, like that's kind of part of the
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand.
It kind of goes hand in hand.
That's all you were doing,
right? If that was all I was doing, then that'd be a problem. But that's it's hard to.
But I understand
to differentiate
that
or to separate yourself from the two. Yeah.
Because no one wants to have to do something.
Right.
You're like, man, what? I didn't ask for this.
Exactly.
And that's why, like, culturally, I guess it's an interesting question because, is I guess, are you obligated to always do to support, like, to have and
No one's
right. So
obligated.
here's the
I mean?
thing, though, right? Because that's what it means to like have a child, right? Having a child is like you created something that's your own, but it never belongs to you because they are their own person. They have their own spirit. They have their own purpose. And so although I think it's good that I have this sense of urgency to like, or this sense that I need to honor what my parents did, honor their sacrifices, it's also important for me to keep in mind that my life is my own and I technically don't owe anyone anything. That the only thing I really need to do is, you know, be at peace with who I am and do things that kind of...
And yeah, you do want to honor them.
You do want to honor them, right? But it's that balance,
It's the
right?
same way that you want to honor your own existence. Like, you don't want to just fuck up your whole life because you want to...
Right,
you know,
exactly.
You know, so,
Yeah.
And there's been points in my life where I've just been like really self-destructive, you know what I mean? Like maybe the times I was saying I
think that's even
and stuff.
healthy.
Right.
That's healthy though. That's a healthy way to find yourself, and then once you figure out, like, no. You know.
I guess I was talking more about just like on just like on a Hispanic level of like of having other people come to you and be like, oh, well, you're Hispanic. Well, why doesn't your writing reflect that? Or why doesn't you know what I mean? Why isn't your moves reflecting that in any way? And like, how do you feel about that, like, sense of obligation? Like, if I see something that's Hispanic oriented, like a show on Netflix, and it's not good, like, I'll say it's not good.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I have to support it just because I'm Hispanic. Like, it's a piece of art that's not good, like, and I don't enjoy it, and I think it's pandering. Like, the same way that, like, Black Panther came out and everybody was like, oh, it's amazing, and then you have the people who are like, oh, it's not good.
Right.
And you're like, oh, well, clearly you must not like it because you hate black people.
Right,
no,
right.
it's just not good.
I
Like,
rewatched
it's
that
not
the
a
other
good
night.
movie.
I fell asleep to it the other night, and, you know,
I haven't seen it, but...
Look, it all takes place. It's pandering, but
Captain
it's
Marvel.
In a way, it has to, because it is the heart of Africa. That's the theme. It's like Black Panther, Africa, this. So it's like, yeah, it kind of panders.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, like if a black person didn't like Black Panther, then they were automatically, you know, almost ostracized, and people were like, well, why not? Like, are you
If they made a Mexican
like,
superhero, it'd be Mexican, you know, like a superhero. It would have that theme. Fucking.
So I mean, like, how do you feel, you know, as an artist and like as a creative? Like, do you feel like that has like a huge merit on like your actions, or like?
I don't know. I think it depends. It depends on the subject matter. Like right now, we're doing a book on vanity. You know, it's like as I'm looking for photographs or creating photographs that kind of encapsulate that idea for me, I don't really think about like, well, what does this mean? And I'm not saying that I shouldn't. I'm just like, what does this mean as a first generation Mexican American in regards to vanity? You know what I mean? And it's like,
did you tackle it from that angle?
I don't, because I don't think of it.
Oh, you don't.
That's not, my mind doesn't automatically go there.
Yeah. Okay,
it just goes into like, what do I personally think?
Sure.
You know what I mean? But what I personally think has been shaped with, you know,
of course,
just naturally, exactly, by my identity.
So you'll always feel that.
Exactly. There's always an element of that, just because it's my perspective, just it's my eyes. But I don't go like out of my way. But see, now you got me thinking. Like, it would be interesting. Like, what does it mean? Like, is there a difference between what a white girl considers to be vain, what a first generation Latina girl means to be vain, you know, what an African American girl considers to be vain or participate in vanity? Because we all participate in vanity to a certain degree.
Well, and then, I mean,
and vanity is all different types of things.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Like, vanity could be like as say you have a strict skin regimen that you do every night. You know, you wash your face with this and you put this, and like that to a certain degree is vanity. But it's not like unhealthy vanity, I would say. I can think it gets unhealthy when it's like, I want to like cut off a rib and use that to like accent my jaw. You know what I mean? Like,
suck your own dick like Marilyn Manson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He was there.
Or those people that you constantly watch doing selfies.
Right, exactly,
You know,
exactly.
Like, all right, you know.
Stuff like that, I would say, is a lot more harmful than just a skin regimen or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, when you can't, or your social, your internet life, like what your Instagram looks like. You know,
and your only sense to get
food.
validation is by posting a selfie and getting thousands of likes. Like that, if that genuinely makes you feel good and that's your only way of feeling good, then that you got some bigger problems.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Make sure you like all my photographs, please. Thank
you. So far, I do not feel
on YouTube.
Please follow me.
Because we need this. I need
subscribe
this.
too, huh?
Huh?
Subscribe.
I'm subscribed, yeah. I subscribe to all of it.
Better be.
I was gonna start. That was gonna be rant corner number 2 right here.
You're Sam's best man. You don't remember you were at the wedding? I like that you have a good perspective in the sense of like, oh, I'm a firstborn, or a first generation Mexican American.
He likes that you're an educated Mexican.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. We hang out. We hang out at La Cita every Friday. Every Friday and Saturday night.
With like everything that's happening right now, as far as like the wall and everything, all of everything. And you being first generation is you were born here, right?
Yes, I was born
And
in
mom and dad.
Shit, he already made it.
Did mom and dad come over here
Correct. They immigrated here in the mid '80s.
through the correct process, though?
No. They illegally crossed here.
Okay, cool.
And then
That's
eventually,
the correct way, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was-
and they
there's
didn't
an
get caught.
alternate-
I mean, fuck it. Like, I'm
And then I think it was
believer
thanks
of that.
to Reagan's amnesty.
So if I
or
call La
something?
Migra right now,
Huh?
if I call La Migra on you right now,
I think
you
at
have
this
papers? You have
no,
papers?
he was born here.
I was born
He's
here.
good.
Oh
Yeah, he's
no,
got
I
his
still want to
papers.
see. You got papers?
Yeah.
It's
Show me that
that
paper.
birth certificate. Yeah, they give you that shit right then and there.
Yeah.
It's not anything different, or it does.
Do you know any like? Did they tell you about the trek? How that was?
Yeah, they told my mom has her own story, my dad has their own story. They
so
they
they
got
came
here
separately.
separately. Yeah, they met here. They actually met in LA at an adult English class.
Wow!
Nice.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
swear to God, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's way cool.
And so
Yeah.
they both came over here from separate places and
Yes.
then met here.
Yes.
Did anything crazy happen while they was out there?
While they were where?
Well, they were
Crossing?
While they was
were coming
traveling with
across?
the coyotes?
Oh, no. I think my dad, the craziest thing is they hid him in like, like those big diesel trucks?
Yeah.
You know how like you pull the hood forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like enough space on the
Stop.
side, like by the engine, right? But like on the side, like there's enough space for you to just kind of like crouch.
And he just crouched
He,
in
like,
there while
was
they
next
drove
to
him
the
in?
engine?
Yeah, he was just in the fucking car. Yeah.
How hot was that?
Huh?
No, that must have been hot as
Oh,
shit.
I mean, he can tell you all that stuff.
He wanted to get to, hey, we might have him, bro, if he's down. I'd be down. And that's perfect. Because that's literally what I was going to ask. And not just that, like if there were any stories from them. Because again, you're first generation here, you were born here, you don't have stories of your own. And I've talked to other people who've done
But that's how he got back from Mexico this trip. He had to fuck.
It came in there in the truck.
You save a bundle, dude.
He was like, check these burns out.
Yeah.
I think I got these sick burns.
Yeah, fuck Delta.
Do you feel like what's going on is unjust? I mean, I guess give me a little overview as
With what's going on
as a
politically?
fellow Latino.
Boy, where to start? I mean,
Well, do you think the nation of America should have secure borders as a country?
As a country, yeah, I think it makes sense to want to protect your country because
Right.
I think politics aside, you protect things you love, right? You protect things
Right.
that
You
you
have
care
a wall
about.
around your fence. You have a fence and a wall around your property.
Right. But the wall is not about that right now. I think
No,
the
no.
wall is symbolic of a greater topic in America right now, which is that I feel that the rhetoric that the president has had over the last years of his presidency have emboldened, people who are racist, people who do think that this country only belongs to a certain kind of people, white people.
He definitely fuels people's.
100%. The fact that he just wouldn't outright disassociate himself from a Klansman, you know what I mean? It's kind of like he's kind of giving them a pass, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to see Black Klansman.
No.
It's actually pretty cool.
I saw the documentary that it was based on.
It's really cool in the sense that he was able to, like, in the movie, kind of put in the same kind of rhetoric that we're hearing now in the context of back then, and it's like amazing how it hasn't really changed, or like how you can see it.
I mean, it's
fitting
the same.
in
It's the same vein.
humans
They
are
did
the
it to
same.
the
Exactly.
Jews, to the Japanese. They did it to the blacks. They'll do it to the Mexicans.
Right.
And eventually it'll be the white people who are on that.
But see again, and this is the thing people forget is that every nation has done this.
Right.
It's not. This is not just an American problem. That's the problem. Is that this is a human problem. Like the Japanese attacking the Chinese.
But you think once they're there, we're at the wall, we have everything sort of set up. I mean, I guess for me as another Latino, and I hear this constantly from my other friends who we sort of discuss, because I feel personally like I've fallen off the Hispanic train in that sense. Like, I don't.
he's
live
hung
at
out
home.
with too many white people.
Yeah.
I don't live at home with my mom, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, my family isn't close enough to where I'm, there every day speaking Spanish. Like, and there isn't like a lot of understanding of the culture, me personally, you know what I mean? And it's definitely.
But I think it's tricky because the vast majority of the people who are trying to get into this country are not the ones that he depicts. And it's not drug
sure.
lords, it's not rapists, it's not bad people, it's not criminals. It's people who know that they can have a better life in this country. You know what I mean? And should we have an easier, more efficient way of processing these individuals legally into this country? Absolutely. You know, but I don't know if y'all ever been hungry, because if you get hungry enough, you'll do whatever it takes to feed your family. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not saying anybody should get hurt down there. Right. Anybody should, you know, but I mean, I think there should be an orderly. All right, everybody get in line. You know what I mean? Because the way your parents did it, they got in. Yeah. They'd have gotten caught.
If they would have gotten caught, they would just send them back and they would try it again, because back then it was a lot easier.
They would have never had you, homie. They would have never met. They would have, you know what I mean? So 100%. It's like they took that risk. It paid off, thank God. Like me, I'm coming from a point where my mom got married to someone and I got adopted. I just, you know, I'm Gucci about it. So for both of us, I guess on our side, we're already here. We're not really coming from an object where we were like, yo, I remember Mexico, I remember Colombia. Right. I mean, I remember a little bit of Colombia, but like, you know, we're not seeing it objectively from that point. So I guess, do you and your parents, do you guys sort of resonate on the same wave? Like when it comes, do you guys talk about it down there? Like, do
my parents and I generally just have a conversation about,
like, have you guys had a politically fueled or at least a conversation about those things? And like, how do they feel?
Different from them.
Like, yeah, how do they feel? And do you guys, you know, are you standing from a point of, hey, you know, everybody has to run through the way they did it? Or are you like, well, you guys snuck in, they should be, like, where are you coming from on that end?
No, I think my parents don't understand, like, the full extent of, like, the political side of it all. All they see is kind of, or the way they receive it is very emotional, I feel. It's more about the imagery of separating families and having kids locked up in cages and that. And then the despicable efforts that the government has tried to reconnecting and like not even being able to reconnect kids with their families. So they see that and they don't even want to try to understand why it's happening. They're just so saddened by the fact that it is happening, that we're in a country that is even allowing this. You know what I mean? So me trying to explain to them, like, well, it's because of this and that, or this is what, I mean, not that to justify them in any way, but just to explain to them is not really something they want to delve into.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's not going to get anywhere.
It's not going to get anywhere, making them understand, and it's they're older. But,
well, that's cool. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit on that, you know what I mean? Because it's an interesting, you know, you have to be in a certain view to see that, and you have to be able to sort of understand it. And so
and just so people know, it's like, well, Arizona and here too, we're border states, like so we deal with a lot of that. You know, we see a lot of Mexicans and immigrants and stuff like that. So it pertains, like, because people could talk about it and they're fucking in the north or Midwest or whatever. They're like, fucking our borders, this and that, our terrible terrorists are coming in. It's like, no.
You mentioned Black Klansman. What's some other movies, some other stuff that you're really into right now that you've been...
I saw Black Klansman. I saw...
Dude, have you seen The Sisters Brothers?
No, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Fucking amazing. I really liked it.
That's the one with John C. Reilly.
Yes, John C. Reilly.
Yeah, dude, you really should check that one out. Because it was not what I expected.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, you know, writing and everything like that, you can kind of tell what's going to happen next. And you can kind of be like, oh, okay, this is the part where every fucking corner was like, what, you know. So you got to check it out, man. It was a good time.
Definitely check it out.
But yeah, man, so what's up?
What is up? I don't know, man. Trying to level up.
You're what?
Trying to level up, trying to either sell a script, get something going.
So this book, what stage do you guys have the pictures?
Yes, we're working on the pictures as we speak. We have
how's the format going to be? Because, like, you know, you could put a picture with, like, writing underneath it and, like...
Yeah. We have this book. It's actually going to be around... I forget the dimensions exactly, but it's going to be rectangle-shaped, kind of long ways. And then the photographs will be going in this way, right? So... it's going to be divided by photographer. There's 3 photographers. And at the beginning of each photographer section, we're going to have our own personal thesis, right, about what it is we consider vanity to be and how we decided to kind of, like, execute that through our photographs.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, now that I'm kind of focused on that particular aspect of the photography, I feel like I'm making more time for writing again and just trying to get back into that. It's just
catching up. You know what I mean? It's like now you got your sea legs now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of know how to pop the film in and how long it's going to take you.
Correct.
You know what's working a little bit better, and so now you can kind of get back to to your original love.
Yeah.
The inked lady on the white lines. I don't know, I can think of something good. You and I bonded over Gabriel Garcia Marquez when we first met.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read anything recently? Is there anything good
Of his?
No, of anything in general. What do you do?
Oh, of anything in general? Yeah, I started reading a lot of John Updike recently. He's an American author, writer, very popular like during mid-century, well into like 20th century writer essentially. Motherfucker has a vocabulary.
Oh yeah.
He's got like these crazy sentences, but they are so beautifully written, and like the way he describes something. Like if you want to get a good taste of what his style is, read the opening paragraph for his short story Twin Beds in Rome.
Twin Beds in Rome?
Yeah, it's about this couple, the Maples. He basically created this couple so that he could explore these like subjects about what it's like to be in a relationship.
Bro, you love that shit. I cannot. I've missed this so much. You just bring. You know what you remind me of when you talk about shit like that.
What do I remind you of, Bryan?
You remind me of like my mamidora making hot chocolate Sunday mornings, like, and just like the arepas are made and like everybody's just hanging out and it's just like that warm, like, and you're like, bruh, nothing's that nice, like nothing's ever this nice, like there's no this, you were never, but yeah, every time you're like, yeah, man, and it's just like a really cool way. And I was in like the part of me over here, I'm like, and then they were spies, right? And then like and he's like, nah, it's about being in a relationship, dog. And I'm like, I'm like the greatest adventure of all. Like this isn't cool. And, but it's always. I just want you to know, dog. Just
So wait, he created these characters to explore
exactly. Like I'll give you an example.
Them?
Just so he can have this like the set of characters that he can kind of like go back to whenever he wanted to talk about another subject about what it meant to be in a relationship. But he had them progress over time. Like he had them when they were first living together, like what a marriage was like, how it started falling apart, like what it meant.
Was
like,
he taking pauses in between?
Yes, he would take pauses.
Cool.
So like I have a collection.
Living characters.
Exactly. Because so what the book that I'm reading, it's just all their stories, and it's just in chronological order, and you get to see them progress, over time. Like one of the first stories, for example, they had just moved into New York, and it's him and his girlfriend, right? And or his wife, and they met a neighbor when they were moving in, so they invited the neighbor over for a drink,
Nice.
And so it's just right. And so they're entertaining, but the way John Updike describes it, it's like
he takes
the nuances of the relationship, right? Like the little comments and gestures that the wife does to like kind of that are very condescending and almost kind of like make him feel less than.
Yeah.
To the guy?
To the husband, right? Yeah. Exactly. And how it's attacking his manhood in a way.
And was the visitor a man?
The visitor was a woman.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
And then they're all chatting it up, and the husband character is just being polite and hosting and things like that, and they're having a conversation, but simultaneously, like, you're kind of learning how they're judging each other a little bit.
Interesting.
And
so it's like a study of human behavior.
Exactly, almost. But then
their relationship.
Right. But then here's where the story gets good. Like she has to go, right? And the polite thing to do in those times would be like to walk her home. And so the wife is like, please walk her home, make sure she gets home safe, right? So the husband character goes and he walks her home, and the whole time the guest, the lady, is like dropping hints, like flirting with him, like
trying to get a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, it's like, this is my building, this is my window. Like, when the light is on, you know I'm home, right?
This is my keyhole,
right? And so then he like walked, and she's like, please like walk me up.
Come
on in.
You don't know what'll happen on these
right
stairs.
Exactly. And so like he knows that every step of the way, like, he's
bad.
Pushing it, right? He shouldn't be doing these things.
Playing with fire.
But we also know that his wife has been super mean and like super condescending, and so like this gives you this insight. Like, this is, maybe he's doing this in order to regain that sense of manhood that his wife was taking away from him, right?
And so
he gets to the very top, and she's just like, "Do you want to come inside?"
Do it.
And he's just like, "No, I'm good." Right? I know. And then he goes back home, but he tells himself on the way back down, he's like, I could have.
Hey,
you know what I mean? And it's like, that's almost all a man really wants, right?
You should have her read that.
Oh no, she's
like,
I'm like, I hide it underneath the cover. It's like underneath the mattress. Yeah,
I hide it right under the Sears magazine.
And then at the page after that line, write in your handwriting, I could have.
Ooh,
right, exactly. That's scary. And then
so
it turns
little
out
stories like that.
Every time she pisses you off, just give her that book.
Yeah, could have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That sounds. What was the author's name again?
John Updike.
John what?
Updike.
John Updike.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. That's something I'm gonna have to check
Super
out.
boring.
Super boring stuff.
But that's
You're gonna love it.
I
No
mean,
aliens, no guns.
Yeah.
Nobody
it's-
dying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something about it, and that's why I appreciate guys like Marquez and the guy who wrote The Pale King, or the
That's David Foster Wallace.
exactly like you said. There's a lot of vocabulary, which is cool. I love vocabulary words of the tits. But like it takes like you got to be at it. Like you got to.
If you want to get into David Foster Wallace, I recommend Brief Interviews with Hideous Men.
Oh, really?
It's essentially a compilation of short stories.
Read that one?
Amazing.
I was gonna read Infinite Jest after I rode The Pale.
Dude, good luck on that thing. It's like
It's a beast, isn't
huge,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, that, and I was gonna redo Harry Potter.
Oh, of course.
Start Harry Potter.
Redo Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. I'd be.
He
do the
did
Dark
him
Tower.
once. He wants
I
to
have
go back
do
for
that too.
seconds.
But let's talk technology. Do you have a huge fear
No
of
tech.
AI?
Of AI? Yeah, I have a huge fear of Momo. Have you heard of
know
Momo?
what
No, I can't believe these people are falling for old
Oh.
fucking memes, like old fucking shit. Slender Man,
Oh my
Momo.
God.
They're
These
still
are-
going on Slenderman.
So,
Yeah, these are just.
fill him in on Momo. You know about Momo?
Momo's just a picture of a fucking hawk face.
A rooster lipped.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Rooster lip.
No, I know. I saw the picture.
Yeah, Momo's
Yeah.
just a meme. She's like Slender Man. Like
Yeah.
she's supposed
Yeah.
to. It's just like another. It's like
But
another
supposedly
urban
kids are like
thing.
hurting themselves or like hurting others.
Like trying to convince you to kill yourself. Like it's like
So
the blue whale game that they were playing in Denmark. Like it's just people trying to convince stupid people to do things. Like, which is cool if you're stupid, do it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
It's just
who falls for
I
that?
don't know.
Train
Probably
your
the same
kids
people who
better,
fall
B.
for
Train
probably
your
the same
kids
people who
better.
fall for Firefest. You know what I mean?
Well,
Or it's like
I
that
guess.
Reddit thing or 4chan thing where they're like, oh no, let your menstrual cycles flow, for empowerment of women, and it was just a bunch of dudes that came up with this thing.
baller. They're so
So,
wild.
so there was a bunch of women just
4chan's
letting
wild.
their
Vultures?
Like robots and shit. We may not see it to the level I'm talking about in our lifetime, but would you feel comfortable with like a machine that was like sentient in your house, like with your family?
That's not going to happen in a long time. Just brain power.
I don't know.
Like
Do you? I follow Boston Dynamics. You know Boston Dynamics?
Yeah.
So Boston Dynamics is one of the leading companies in robot manufacturing and like artificial
Yeah,
intelligence.
they kick the robots.
Yeah, it's so funny. They're so
Yeah,
mean.
they're the
They're
guys
so
who
mean
kick
to
the
these fucking
robots, right?
That's why they're gonna rebel because you guys were fucking
They're
mean
gonna
when
see
you were
that
designing
video
that.
Yeah.
on
They're
some
like-
old YouTube and be
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna go back and watch all those YouTube videos. This is our ancestors.
We knew it.
This is what they had to put up.
Where are my balls, Summers? Where are my bolts, Boston Dynamic? But
We are not them.
I guess yeah.
We
we are
are not them.
Oh no, we had to slow down. He said, "Oh well, at least I didn't crap my pants."
No, you
No,
did.
Morty,
You
that was the
did
one
that
thing
one
that
thing.
did happen.
It got over your mouth and your hair.
It got
It's everywhere. It's a mess back there, Morty.
And the girls are like,
Yeah.
"He's like, oh."
Did you hear about post-birth aborted fetuses being revived so that they can harvest their organs?
No.
And take
Fuck. No, I
tendons
did
and
not
stuff
hear
out of
about
them?
that. I think
Are you down for that? Are you down for stem cell research? And
So
shit?
basically, like an aborted baby comes out, or like they'll tell the mom, like, it's
Like a
just about-
stillbirth or
it's
like a
gonna-
miscarriage.
but we, and then when they take it out of the room, they revive it and fucking take the.
Okay, so let me unpack all that. My understanding of stem cell research mostly came from
That's
the.
not no, it's not.
No,
just stem
no,
cells.
that's a different thing.
Oh, that's
to
a different
actually
thing.
Take the little
Yeah.
kid's organs.
Oh, then this is easy. That's fucking fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
But the parents-
what
if they're
what if you
reviving
needed
it-
a new Achilles tendon.
the parents are told the baby's dead.
Yeah, if the
Yeah.
parents are told the
And then
baby's
they
dead and they
revive the
revive
baby.
it, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Or is it a
they're
dead
told
baby?
that the baby's dead, or it won't have a good way of living. It could die, but if we let it go, it'll be peaceful now, or some shit like that. And then the mom's usually like at the thing
Because they need baby organs.
No, they use it for so like the organ harvesting.
Right. But I mean, what? They're taking baby organs and
Yeah.
what are
And
they
then
doing?
I guess
putting
they're
it
doing
into other
something
babies.
with. Huh?
Are they putting it into other babies?
No. So like they'll make organs for other people.
So they'll take the baby organs and they'll put them in vats and they'll grow them.
Yeah. I don't know about the vats, but they take baby organs.
Because I'm thinking a whole bunch of sick babies that are getting baby organs.
They're making
replaced.
humanoid pig people, apparently.
So, why don't they just? That's crazy.
That's weird. That sounds
Because
crazy.
it sounds like a way
I don't know. I just
worse
heard this
to
from
go-
Alex Jones.
way worse to go
I don't
about.
trust anything else.
Well, no. But then then
I'm starting not to trust
But
anything
then
Joe
they were
Rogan does
looking.
anymore.
Then they went over to the senator who's in front of a press conference talking about people like no. We just take the babies and like the mother knows and we explain to the mother
like hey, your baby's dead, and then they're like cool.
And when
then
it
they
leaves the
take
room,
the baby back, so they have the ability to bring that baby back.
Yeah, but it not in any form of like well living because their brain's been dead or whatever, but they revive it.
Okay, I mean, here's what I was thinking.
It still feels
they're
pain.
taking healthy
Pain
babies.
is a real thing, even if you're not all there.
Right, but they're taking healthy babies, and then they're telling the mom, "Hey, the baby's dead."
I think they might have to have something a little wrong with them.
See, I'm.
Well, we all got something.
Hey, we all got something wrong with us, but you know what I mean? Like, that's, I don't know, like.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know, homie. I would be like, no, if they were taking healthy babies and they were lying to the moms and going, your baby died, and then they're taking healthy babies.
Essentially, in
harvesting
technicality terms, yes, that's what they're doing.
but if they're saying, hey, your baby came out, and they're like, fine, and they go, oh no, but we'll put him down right now, and then like you said, she's all doped the fuck up, and she's like, oh well, it's my baby. And they're like, all right, cool. Not that I'm saying everybody's gonna be doped.
I guess
at that
they're
point.
there at some decision making point, and
I think it's fine.
But I think they're coerced, and I heard a lot of places, a lot of doctors push this agenda of like.
But why don't they just use like stem cell research? Because I mean, stem cell research, don't they get the clean stem cells from like the umbilical cords,
and
right? Yeah, but then
the
that's under the consent of the mother as well, I believe. Right?
Yeah, but there's no organs. It's just a stem
Right,
cell.
but you can use those stem cells to grow
they may not
organs.
have gotten to that level of doing.
I think
that,
they
though.
can. They cloned a sheep, a baby sheep.
Oh, they did do that.
Well, yeah, they did all that, but I think now they're actually trying to clone humanoids with either cow or pig DNA because the cows have big enough stomachs for the humanoid to, because like they couldn't do it with rats, you know what I mean?
Right.
But a cow has a big enough
uterus
and all that shit, sac for
for humanoid fetus.
Cow
animals
fetus.
to be born.
See, the idea of clones kind of fascinates me.
But
More so than like artificial intelligence.
Would you have your own clone?
Imagine.
Yeah.
well, like that one movie where you have your clone until you need an organ, and then you fucking get your clone killed.
Right.
What movie was that?
That was the one with the dude from Trainspotting.
Oh yeah, The Island.
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nobody. Do you remember that? No.
Never saw it.
That was back in 2005 or something.
It was like with some weird future, but they're all underground, and it's like.
And everybody, it's kind of like that Black Mirror episode where everybody's running underground and they don't understand why.
Yeah, they're on
It's just like a group
treadmills
of people who are on an island and they're going through random steps and they play a lottery every day and nobody understands. what
Everyone
the
wants to
lottery's
win this
for,
lottery.
so that they can leave. And then they see videos of people who are at the Bahamas and they're like, I left, this was great and everything. Turns out that the island is just a giant lab where clones are built and they're saved there for famous people. And when something goes wrong with a famous person, they get their organs taken out and put in. That
Yeah, they
famous
win the
person.
lottery,
That's
they
what
leave,
the lottery
and then
is.
they're harvested.
And so Obi-Wan Kenobi finds out, and he takes Homegirl. No, what's his name? Who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Oh, the black guy?
No. Well,
The black guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the guy with blue lightsaber. He played young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he was in Trainspotting.
Oh, I'm
Matthew
thinking about the wrong guy.
McGregor. No.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor takes Scarlett Johansson.
I think so. Yeah.
And they book it from the island, and they meet Steve Buscemi, and they're running, and it turns out he's like a famous politician. And yeah, that's a really brief overview. But
But that was the
would you-
twist. It was
would-
like, oh, we're being harvested for organs. And
But do clones scare you? You're saying that like a clone scares you?
Yeah, like I actually started thinking of a story where someone accidentally creates a clone of themselves or something to that effect, and what the natural progression, like what would you genuinely do
I'd blow myself.
if you discovered you had a clone?
I'd blow myself.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like, did I make the clone or did somebody make a clone for me?
Like you made the clone accidentally
Just
somehow.
yeah, like
Remember?
a tub, like
Yeah.
old school science style, and then a drop of blood fell in. And
Right. It's just
Then I came out
something
of the
stupid.
muck.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I fully grown?
You're fully grown. You're
My
you.
age.
You're
I
you.
mean-
You're your own age.
So I've carbon copied myself.
Carbon
essentially
copy
out
of yourself.
But
Yes.
what if you're confused now? What if the clone thinks he's you?
Right.
Like for reals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you both genuinely think you're Bryan.
Ooh.
Exactly, right? So it's just
So
like,
then it's a fight to the
so
death,
what's
and
the
the real
what's the
Bryan wins.
natural progression of that? So like that's what I'm
That's
kind of working on
interesting.
right now. Yeah.
That'd be very cool. Yeah, and that's always something that you wonder because it's not like you guys are coming out thinking the same.
It's just classic
things in the
sci-fi,
same
right?
day.
Well,
exactly.
no, you guys. He comes out thinking the same exact thing till that moment, and then you guys have two separate lives, like Multiplicity.
And then he would come out and he would just be like, "Whoa," and he would just kind of go about his own thing.
Yeah,
Like,
remember Multiplicity?
Yeah, I do remember Multiplicity.
no, that's crazy.
Michael
I guess
Keaton.
clones.
Anyway.
Yeah, I guess we're closer to clones than we are to AI,
I think so.
right? Especially,
I'm writing a story right now where this dude pops up in his past, in a kid's body. His 40-year-old brain in a 12-year-old body, and he's like using his remembering like big like events as
To
like
kill it with
bets.
the ladies.
like a reverse bag.
No, because in Big the timeline doesn't change. He wakes up in 1993. One day he's down and out. 40-year-old owes a bunch of money. People are after him. He's a junkie.
What is that like? That's like, yeah, and the dude like gets to go back and he relives his whole life all over again.
You think about Jumanji.
Nah, not that one.
Did someone die?
No, it's like one of those 13 on 30 movies or
17
yeah.
again.
Something like that.
17 again with Zac Efron.
Yeah, that was one that was recent. Zac Efron and Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing.
And Chandler
Yeah, this
goes,
one's a little
Matthew
more
Perry, yeah.
he
serious.
goes back in time. His life's all shit and everything, and he's like, God, I wish I got to go back and
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's what that sounds like.
Yeah, except this is a 12-year-old who goes and bets in underground black markets and smokes cigarettes.
Sounds like a Sammy movie.
Like Jack, but in a 12-year-old's body. I don't know, the Robin Williams.
Like Jack, just way darker.
Yeah. It's like big but dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jack, huh?
Well, that's
Wasn't it
what
Bill Cosby in
That's what
Jack?
Save the Cat does. It tells you to like take a comedy and what would it look like as a drama, or what would a drama look like as a comedy.
Yeah?
That's what the book tells.
I
you.
like that. I like the book. Like I said, I just started it, and like it's interesting. Like in all those methods, those like because him and Harmon base it off of Joseph Campbell's shit, which I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and read one of his like, story of the hero. You know what I mean? Like the hero's journey and all that stuff. It's basic stuff, though. You know what I mean? Like
It is
you take-
pretty basic
You take a
stuff.
person, you put him in a tree, you throw shit at him, you take him down. Like
Yeah.
but it's so interesting. It's so cool. Like I said, I can't believe that we haven't. We're so close. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It should be a little bit more on the nose, a little bit more dedicated when it comes to stuff like that.
100%.
I've been listening to a lot of murder podcasts.
Really, like
True
mystery, like
crime.
murder mystery kind of stuff.
Yeah, like true crime shit. My favorite murder, where two chicks talk about their favorite murders and they're going about that. My question for you is: are you a true crime guy? Do you like death? How do you feel about death?
I like what shows do I like?
You as a poet, give me a quick. What's death gonna be like for you? What do you think?
Death is such an interesting topic. I feel I think it's something that it's normal to think about, because it's just like, well, you know what it feels like to be alive, so what must it be like to die? And the great thing about dying or theorizing what happens after we die is that everyone is right, you know what I mean, and everyone is wrong. Like it's because we don't know, you know. So that's why religion is kind of like really silly to me. That it's like, oh well, this is definitely what happens. It's like, well, how do you know, right?
Right,
It's really
right.
what you choose to believe. I feel, as I'm sure a lot of
It's the only
hip
thing
kids do
rich
these days.
Or everybody is gonna fucking deal with.
Right.
You think there'd be any merit in living for more than 100 years?
Yeah, probably 100 would be fine. I could think even
What if
maybe
you're an
like
asshole,
150. Well, because the thing with death is that it gives us
Perspective.
value.
Yeah.
Like it gives this moment value, because we're aging and we're gonna die. If we never died, then the present moment wouldn't have any value. It would just be like
would just be another
It would just
moment.
be another moment of an infinite moment that we're always gonna live. But the fact that we die gives our time here value.
Yeah.
You know.
I could say that. I mean, I think because I've just been hearing it so much, and it's getting drilled into my brain, and how many murders there really are, you know what I'm saying, on like a regular basis. Like how when you get into those sort of like bouts of depression, or like you're really feeling down on yourself or something like that, how do you counteract that? Like how do you counteract the abyss?
How do I counteract the abyss? Yeah, right. This little thing called drugs. No.
You know.
I don't know. I think I just I try to. So I also recently on audiobook listened to a book called The Power of Habit.
Okay.
And it talks about small wins and how when you set up your routine with like a series of small wins, like say you want to, I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and make my bed after I shower. You know what I mean? As insignificant as that sounds, like doing those things, accomplishing those small things makes your brain, tricks your brain into thinking like that you're already on a better path, that you're already more successful, that you're already winning. And it kind of changes your whole mood and your whole perspective. So when I feel like I'm in the abyss, I find it's usually because I'm lacking control in a lot of things, and I just feel helpless. So to get me back on track, I set myself up with small wins. I'll be like, okay, it's your day off tomorrow. You know, make it on time to the podcast. You know, have a great podcast after that.
Which you did, by the way. I'd like to say there was no Alfonso time. It was 12:23 when you called me and you were like, or when you texted me and you were like, I'm parking, and I was like, well, shit. Yep. I was like, we're in it now. Yep. Like, yeah. So I definitely see that.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I mean, like I said earlier when we were talking, I'm 32 now. I just turned 32. So this year I'm trying to make better choices. That was my whole thing for this year.
Be a better version of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's just I'm not drinking as much as I used to. Like when we used to hang out. Like I'm not drinking as much. I'm not abusing my body as much. Right. I'm trying to drink simple things like just drink more water. You know, like eat better. You know, go work out. You know, 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Exactly. So like I'm proud to say that, you know, I'm not perfect, but I've been.
How's your workout going?
It's going good. It's actually, I do Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays. And then I'm starting to put in Wednesday in that mix as well. Nice. So I go work out with my coworkers because like the gym is literally right upstairs.
Yeah.
So,
I remember.
Yeah, you remember. Yeah. So we literally, I have like Celia bought me this gym bag and I just threw all my clothes in there and I throw it in the car. I'm like, I have no excuse not to go. Right. And I've been going, yeah. And it's like I always like because we go at 7 and it's like around 5:30. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go. But then like 6:59 rolls around and then my coworkers are like, get ready, we gotta go. And then I get ready, and then once I'm there, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad I came.
Step into the gym, it's you got it. That's 99% of it. Now you just got to finish it.
Exactly.
And commit all the way to and actually.
Dude, honestly, half time like I'm driving to the gym and I'm just like, oh, fuck. And you walk in and you're like, okay,
yeah.
Here you go.
That's the way it usually works with a lot of stuff, though. I feel like
it is. Yeah. It really is.
You're like 100% about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Some days I'm hyped. I'm like, fuck, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes the gym's on point, you know, but it's like getting out of bed, like you said, the small victories and taking those small wins and changing them and compounding them, and making big wins.
Yeah.
Like
it didn't burn when I peed. Yay.
I'm rolling that all together. No, that's pretty cool, man. Do you have any personal heroes? Anybody that you kind of look up to? Anybody that you feel like has kind of molded you to this
Bryan
point?
Tassara is one of my biggest heroes.
Tell him, bro, louder. Other than your parents, because obviously your parents play a big part in your life.
Heroes.
Michael Bublé.
You know what I mean?
I was listening to. Well, I've been listening also to Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. Mm-hmm. She is so cool. Okay. I think Tina Fey is awesome. Hey, Tina, if you're listening to this.
No, Tina Fey.
Tina Fey is definitely not listening to this.
It's Bryan, Tina Fey, Bill Cosby. You know, no.
I don't know. I think I've always been
a good person to look up to.
Yeah.
She's
Tina for sure.
Yeah.
She tells her whole story as to how she got started and how she made it to SNL. Like she's an incredibly hard worker. She had literally, she was pregnant, writing the show, or had a baby. She was still on the show, doing 30 Rock, doing SNL.
That's next level.
Like crazy. Yeah.
You know who's don't want that success.
Right. Exactly. You know who's making a comeback or trying to at least a little bit is Louis C.K.
He's poking his
head out again, you know.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean he's
I've not really been a big Louis fan.
No?
I mean, even before that. If anything, I had more respect for him after he did that. Because I was like, he got balls like to come out there and just be like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. I whipped my dick out and I started rubbing it in front of him. Like, shit, no shame. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, before then I really wasn't about his comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Tina Fey and Louis.
How do you feel?
I think it's funny because I really admire comedians.
Yeah, dude. See, fucking that Steven, fucking what's his face, killed himself.
Brody.
Brody.
Brody Stevens.
Brody Stevens.
Yeah, he was a closer at the Comedy Store.
He was like there all the time. He was a staple. He was everybody's friend.
Oh, shit.
And I
didn't
guess
hear
he was
about
off his meds.
But then he murked himself.
Damn.
Yep.
Hey man, sometimes
Hung
you know.
himself, unlike just like fucking the other dude who put a noose around his own neck and then said he fucking got attacked.
Oh,
Smollett.
Jesse, whatever.
Smollett.
Oh yeah.
From
Dude, I heard he showed up to the door for the cops with the noose still around his neck.
What a gangster.
Like an hour later.
Yeah, that's some John Benet Ramsey shit when they call the cops and they're playing around. Like that's goofy.
Don't show up still with like you could have like this was the news. Don't be like, hey look. An hour
You know
later.
what's one of the craziest stories I've heard recently? Do you guys ever watch KTLA?
Yeah.
So there's an anchor who's dead now, but his name was Chris Burrows, and they found him dead in a hotel on December 27th of last year, and they finally disclosed what happened.
I saw his picture. I didn't read about it though. What was it?
So he was in this hotel room with another man who he met from Grindr.
Okay.
And he
They
died.
meth up his asshole.
He had meth up his ass.
Oh yeah.
He had meth up
remember
his
that.
ass, and he had like a latex mask or something like
He
that. So
vomited
he
in
like
it?
vomited and he choked on his own. He just asphyxiated. He has a wife and 9-year-old daughter.
Oh no.
It is insane to me.
No.
I feel bad for two reasons. One, that poor wife, and how is she going to explain that to her daughter?
Yeah.
Right? Two, it's so sad that he had this whole other life that he felt like he had to
And
keep.
now it's public. Like
Oh my God. You know, it's
At
like,
least the
hey,
cops
dude,
should have
if
been
you like
like-
to do meth up your ass with strange men in a hotel room wearing a latex mask, do it, bro. But just don't like.
but why the meth up the asshole? Just
I
smoke
don't
it.
know, dude.
Or do you see that one fucking Democrat? He gives a lot of money. Who he killed a black dude by injecting meth into him. They would party. And then they
Yes,
found-
more
and
than
then-
just
and then
that's
they
a whole
found
thing, though.
The second one. Why did he disappear? Because like that was a big fucking deal
Because
until
of the money.
Dude,
He
he,
had a
did
lot-
that
must
to
have had a lot of
several. He would seduce these black men and then just fucking kill them, dude. It's
Horrible.
Slowly.
It's crazy,
That's
man.
that's like Get Out kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, injecting meth and like
Get Out was whack.
But the guy had like written down like he's like I guess I'm just gonna let him kill me. You know, like he was just like fuck it.
All meth the fuck out,
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Some people are just, like I said, all that murder point has just taught me is just some people are just down to do wild shit, bro. Like they're just down to eat people's heads and just be weird and abduct people. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I could see how they do it though. I could see how they
I
do
can
it.
see. You know?
You know, we've known each other for about 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, off and on. Is there anything particularly up to this point that you feel like really proud of? Like, maybe just, even if it is as small as just like moving out here from San Bernardino to LA, like,
Yeah,
moving to
definitely. I
Visalia,
mean-
like, maybe something more on the artistic. But is there something that you're like really proud of, like that you've done?
Yeah, I have to. Yes, I would say that one of the things that I'm very proud of myself right now is that I was able to, you know, get us the apartment in Los Feliz and like get us the place and furnish it, and I'm on top of the rent, I'm on top of the bills. And I know this sounds kind of lame because
This is perfect. Like this is
really
you know,
adult shit. You know what I mean? Shit that
No,
like
that's-
everyone. But
Well,
you know,
it's-
coming from San Bernardino, we're like very. San Bernardino is one of the biggest counties in the entire nation, and it's
Yeah.
also one of the poorest. I think the city filed for bankruptcy a few years ago. And when I was working there back in 2014, one of every 4 kids was living below the poverty line, which is their family didn't make enough money for like basic shit like beds, food,
Right.
school supplies, you know what I mean? Things like that. So I worked for a nonprofit organization that provided these vital resources to these underprivileged families. But that being said, when you're worried about like where your next meal is going to come from, or where if you're ever going to have a bed, it's like the last thing you think about is like what college I'm going to go to, you know, what do I want to study and stuff like that. Or it's very difficult to find mentors and stuff like that. So I think I will say that I'm proud of myself for being ambitious, getting out, you know, going to college and moving
your
out to
ass
the
off,
city
yeah.
and working my ass off, and not necessarily moving to the city, but more so the idea of living where I want to live.
Moving on up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Being where I want to be, you
Yeah.
know, and doing what I want to do.
And being in charge of your own decisions.
Being in charge
Seems
of my
like
own decisions.
Being in charge is a big part of it.
Exactly.
You know, it's
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you're poor, you're not really in charge of much.
Exactly.
You know?
you know, that's cool. And I completely respect that because I feel the exact same way. You know, I'm just to even with everything that's been happening recently, just the fact that, and it may even sound stupider than what you may think was stupid, because I don't think it was stupid what you said, but on my end, just to be able to say those things, and even if it is digging yourself out of a hole that you put yourself in, just to be like, see, like, I didn't give up, like, I didn't go to the corner, like, I didn't turn around and be like, yep, I can't do this anymore, like, you know what I mean, like, you still went all the way through a hedge, and so I respect that. I commend that.
Good job.
That's too bad if we were there. We were on it 100%.
But
but
I'm
no,
gonna have
that's
to slowly start wrapping. So I got a blood test and doctor to go see.
Yeah, no worries.
when do you need to be out?
Oh shit, it's
within
already about
the
to be
next
3,
20
bro.
minutes.
The next
We've
20
been doing
minutes.
this for an hour 45.
Well, I'm trying out that jail thing, so
No,
we're actually down
leave
to
it, leave it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it was a waste of time. It was dumb. We have a whole episode about it. It's silly.
Well,
There's only like
people
10
who
minutes.
haven't seen the episode need to hear about it so that they can go back to the episode and get the full story.
Let me
to
tell you about
coax it out of him. He
everything
really
that's
didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that whole episode was to get talked about it, and then I was like,
It took a minute.
So as far as like overall goal, I know we're working on the picture book, and not the picture book, not to say it like that, but the
Right.
album,
Yeah.
in itself,
Photography book, yeah.
evidently, evidently there are like things that are in play for you right now. What are we looking at? Just biggest sort of dream right now to sort of kind of get plugged out of. When we first met, we had a lot of discussions over what we were going to try and do, and again, shame on us for not pursuing you a little bit more, especially considering the distance. But I mean, are they the
I
same?
didn't realize it was that close.
It's
Are
very,
they the
very
same
close.
goals? Is
Similar goals. I mean, it's professionally, or rather like my day job, definitely just leveling up on that particular frontier, which is public property management. Not a very sexy kind of industry, but
I mean,
definitely
it pays the bills.
It pays the bills.
But is it
exactly.
something that you're going to keep juggling for?
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm doing that, but what I'm aiming for is really kind of getting published. Actually, I would say is definitely my next big goal.
More focused on the writing.
Yes, more focused on writing, and definitely getting published is definitely one of my big goals this year.
I was thinking of putting a book together that included all this, like a compilation of like poetry and little stories and stuff. And it was the whole guise of like making one umbrella.
Oh, Wu-Tanging it.
Yeah. And putting it into one book.
You guys remember those times?
Yeah.
We had such a good time.
had a lot.
I do want to touch on that a little bit real quick. Let's pull it back
Let's
to
talk.
the
Let's
shore.
tackle the
Let's talk
subject of
about the
abortion.
shore, dog. Let's talk about the abortion that we threw together called the fucking...
I feel like the experience was one big abortion of the
It wasn't
abortion.
even the best part of the abortion.
It
the
wasn't.
beginning when you make the baby. That's just right at
Exactly.
the end when the little homie slapped the leg off and he's like, "You want a thigh?" You want a chest? And you're like, "No." But so The Shore is a critically acclaimed, Academy Award-winning
Feature film.
So all our interns are coming out. It was a short that we threw together. We had most likely a drunken night where Alfonso and I were sitting around and we said we needed to get something done. We need to do something.
Yes.
What should we do? And then I was like, what we should do, homie? Let's do a story about a guy who knocks a chick up in L.A.
Right.
And Alfonso was like, let's rock with it. And
Just
he
started-
took all his sensitivity and he yanked that out and he
you
put it
remember-
on a piece of paper.
Do you know what was one of the proudest moments from that whole experience was when Brandy said, she was just like, the only reason I'm doing this is because I read the script and I had so much respect for the words.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Really?
Yeah.
That was us.
That was us. And I was like, we wrote that.
Oh my god! And I remember when we first showed it to you, and we were like, "This is what we're gonna be doing." Like, and you were like, "Huh?" And you're like,
And then like 2 seconds later, you just guys it all sketched out. Just
yeah, and then we had it sketched out, and we found Brandy, and God bless her. I hope we got that footage to her. Steven has all the footage that we
Yeah.
have. I don't know. I have a little bit of footage, not anything that's usable for her, but I mean that was so fucking long ago. And then and so we took it upon ourselves, and we shot at the beach, and we shot at some taco shops, and we did this.
was fun. It was good
It was a
great.
great
It was
experience.
so much fun to step out, literally step off the plane, so to speak, and just like jump into it and just
Yeah.
be like, yo, like this is what we're here to do. Like let's try and do it. And so I think for me, as part of our history, so to speak, I'm very proud of that moment.
I wish we could keep doing more of those.
Well, we're we're a 2-man team, now
Yeah.
maybe a 3-man team with sort of the distance. But I mean, we have to do it. I keep on telling him, I'm like, because he's always had more of a knack of the writing than I have. I'm like, let's try and write, and that's why I wanted this writing competition so we can push us to push each other. And I was like, but let's try and like start doing smaller things like that again. You know what I mean? Like a small, like sort of shed thing, but.
Let's get together and fucking brainstorm, dude.
Try and do something. You know what I mean? Was there anything other than our beach shoot that stuck out to you as the most difficult thing out of the whole process?
Yeah, the party scene.
Party scene. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Although I will say, from a cinematic and color perspective, that was the best shots. I loved you guys in the hallway when the colors were changing.
We did it such a good. We had so much.
It was good, but it was just that scene was so hard because those people were there to party, and oh my god, remember how hard they partied downstairs?
They totally partied.
God. So for the record, whoever's listening,
like
we used to live above.
I think we partied hard too.
We lived above like 4 or 6 gay black men.
Gay, black, big, strong.
And they partied
all the time.
Riding that white pony.
They went to work,
morning, dog.
came home, party.
Party.
Yep, and then went to work. There was no sleep.
Yeah. And when I was, feeling like a little self-destructive or kind of just wanted to party, I would just go downstairs, and the rest of the night was it was so easy to just like.
Good times, though.
Yeah, great times.
But no, the show is actually really good. And we were working on The Shed. We're very easy with the title.
Yeah.
We were working on that one.
Or Stages. We were calling it Stages.
Or Stages. Fuck. Why did I call
Laundry?
this?
And then the other
Laundry
one was
Day.
No, Laundry Day
was the shore.
Oh, that's right.
But then we used
Fucking
Stages
Laundry
was
Day.
yeah.
But yeah, no, those were good times,
Yeah.
and we definitely have
Remember
to.
when we got Sammy all bloody? And he was
Oh,
just
the
like
corn
so bloody.
syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I always remember getting locked out of that fucking apartment. With that fucking metallic lock. I had to fucking pry that thing open a couple of fucking times when the dogs would go out and everything that. But no, man. Other than that, any final thoughts? Any advice to the 2 people who watch this? My little sister watches this too a little bit too.
Oh, does she?
But
So
no,
out in the VA.
That's why we always have to publish this stuff a little bit earlier in the afternoon so it can get out there at around like 5.
Nice.
But anything that you're plugging, anything that you want to talk about, any of your handles, your Instagram handles?
Just my website. You can check out my website directly. It's heirastray.com.
Okay.
Heir as in someone who inherits, Heir, astray, ASTRAY.
Very cool.
.com. Yeah, check it out. I have my New Mexico pictures up there now, so you guys can check those out.
Okay.
Cool.
Normally we play a quick game for the game corner. It's guest choice though. If you want, you can play. If you don't, you don't have
like
to.
Connect 4 or something?
Today's game is describing badly. So we take turns describing a movie badly, and then whoever can guess it right wins.
Okay.
So if you want to take a jump at it, you can. If not, we can wrap it up.
Why don't you go first to show them what
All right.
All right, you go first, and then
So-
I'll follow you.
A man flies home with his bunny and manages to get there on time. A man
I don't
flies
think
It was like a
home-
log line, and then we just had to get.
I don't think he was on time.
So you describe a movie badly. A man flies home with his bunny and makes it home
On time. It's like Alice in Wonderland. No.
All
On
right.
air.
See? Well, that's just because we're on the same wavelength.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was
Don't
the
touch
bunny.
the bunny.
We were gonna win that $25,000 pyramid fucking scheme. I fucking know it. Fuck. All right, so it's like that.
Okay. All right. So then I just gotta think of a movie.
Fuck, you really did. I'm so proud of you. Oh, real quick, one more thing, dude,
Okay.
since he loves the fucking jail story. So when we were in there and I was calling him and I was panicking because he was gonna leave and I thought the dogs were gonna be in here by themselves and they were gonna die. Or something.
This was like we finally like after
We
days.
finally got a hold of each other after like 72 hours.
Yeah.
We were on the phone and we we're like,
He's like, oh my god, man.
I was
All
like,
right.
yeah, I was like,
You know,
holy fuck. Like, I was like, yo, I'm so glad like that, you're here, that the dogs are here and everything's good. And we were like, yeah. So I have our conversations and we look at each other and then I'm like, okay, man. He's like, all right, man. He was like, and I was like, okay, buddy. I was like, I'll see you later. I was like on the thing. He was like, okay, man. And then it's really quiet. There's a pregnant pause. And then he goes, don't drop the soap in there, bro. Like after we have a huge, like no one makes jokes. Nobody does anything. We're there. We're like, okay, everything's good. Here's the money. Here's what we have to do. Then at the very end, he was like, don't drop the soap, bro. And when I got out and I told him that story, I was like, I was about to make that exact same joke on the other end to alleviate the tension. And so we're gonna win that prize, that $25,000 prize. But fuck, I'm so sorry I got distracted.
No,
there.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. A bad description of a movie.
Yeah, real
and
quick.
you guys try to guess it. Okay. So let's see here.
Do you have any background music? Any game music?
I could put some game music.
Okay, I picked my movie.
Okay.
Now I just gotta describe it badly.
Describe it as badly as possible.
Okay. A boy takes a 26-year detour through the jungle. So
Jumanji.
Oh my god! I was too descriptive. Let me do it again.
Same movie. You want to go to the one?
Yeah, do one more.
Do another one.
Okay. A hopeless romantic.
Jumanji. Okay.
A hopeless romantic takes a road trip and becomes incredibly rich in the process. Oh, and becomes incredibly rich once he arrives at his destination.
Say it one more time.
A hopeless romantic takes a road trip with his buddy.
Okay.
And they become incredibly rich when they arrive.
When they arrive to where they're going.
Yeah.
Do they set out originally to get rich?
No.
It just happens.
It just happens.
And rich, like enrichment,
Like in
or
money,
rich or
in
money?
money.
Fear and Loathing.
No.
Fuck.
I'm really trying to like frame it in like what it's.
It's fun.
What it's
like,
not.
To try and just...
Yeah. So it's like
they take a road trip and they get rich.
He's a hopeless romantic.
a hopeless romantic takes a road trip with his buddy. Okay, I'll give you one more clue, but it might give it away.
Okay.
Okay, so a hopeless romantic takes a road trip with his buddy to return something that doesn't belong to him, and they get rich.
And they get rich at the end?
At the end.
I don't know.
Maybe Pulp Fiction, but...
No.
Take a shot. One shot.
I mean, is that your
I
Pulp
did
Fiction?
2 shots. I was
I was gonna say Rain Man.
Oh, real talk. I thought it was Rain Man 2. No, it was...
Which is it? Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
Damn.
Hey.
Good job.
good.
That's a good one.
I like
Hopeless
that.
romantic. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of stumbling idiot returned something with his buddy, I was like, Dumb and Dumber. But that's good. That's good.
You traded the shag wagon for a moped? Just when I think you can't be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself.
Wait, ladies. The town's
That
that
way.
way. That's one of my favorite endings to a movie. All right, your movie.
Let's see. A man joins sports to save his grandma's house.
Adam Sandler movie.
A man joins
Joins his-
sports to save his
Oh,
grandma's
that's Happy
house.
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Shot in the dark.
There
That's
we
good.
go.
I like
I was
that.
waiting for the name. I was like, that's
All
not what it was called.
All right.
It sounded Adam Sandler-y. You know,
Okay. Nice. And that's our game corner.
All right.
No winners in game corner. Not
Yeah.
for this one. Sorry. I only showed up so that I could be the winner.
All right.
Super sick game corner. Another game corner now that it's done. It's done. All right.
So let's wrap
That's
this bitch
it.
up.
Let's wrap this bitch up. No other final thoughts. No words of wisdom.
Dude, I had so much fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming by.
Of
man.
course, 100%.
Please, recurring guests would be great.
Anytime.
Definitely work on.
Let's spitball
Oh,
some
we'll
stuff.
have lunch after this
Yeah.
and fucking figure
We'll
out
do
some
lunch.
stuff out. Anything from you?
No, I just
Anything
gonna be going
from
to
you,
Vegas,
guy,
having a
before
good
you go to
time.
Vegas?
What?
Anything from you, guy, before you go to Vegas?
No, that's about it, man. Thanks for coming by, bro.
Episode
Dude, happy
9,
to be
guys.
here. Thanks
Please
for inviting
make
me,
sure
guys.
to download. Make sure to follow us. Make sure to like us. Please make sure to comment as well. We are on iTunes. We're going to be on Spotify, Google Music, CastBox, Stitcher. Anywhere that you can get your podcast, you can find us. So be a real mensch. We also have the website coming up as well. We're going to be getting some merch updated on there also. Make sure to email us at bingeonThisChannel@gmail.com if you guys have any questions. If you want to be featured on the show, send in any artwork.
Yeah, we'll show some artwork. We got a green screen.
Yeah, we got a green screen. We can do whatever we want. We're pretty awesome. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel, Binge on This all together, because we also have Sam of All Trades. We also have Olden Times TV, some great visuals on there. You can sit around with us while we get drunk and watch old cartoons and figure out the racism. It's racism in them. Racism. All right, awesome guys. As always, my name is Bryan. His name is Sam. This is This, That, and the Other.
Yep.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Take care.
Dream of 1,000 dreams.
Peace.
See ya, man.